We have Morocco as the host nation, obviously. Joining them, a familiar foe. And of course, we have Kenya and Algeria. Morocco and Senegal are familiar with one another in the last 1 year, 6 months thereabouts, because they've met twice. The first time they met in Casablanca in a friendly, Morocco actually pummeled Senegal by 7-0 in Casablanca. But the next time they will be meeting was going to be at the Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco also, that was held in 2025, that's the 2024 edition, and it took a penalty in the first half to give Morocco all 3 points in their Group A game. We'll wait to see that particular one. You also know that outside women's football, there is the focus for a lot of fans from both countries concerning what will happen this time around after what happened in the men's game in the finals that was played earlier on this year. Away from them, it's Kenya. Kenya are coming into these competitions with a lot of young bees, according to their coach, trying to transition them into the team. A lot of under 20 girls would be making their debut. Are they going to be the punching bag of this group with heavyweights like Senegal, like Algeria? Algeria is the final team in this group. Algeria would be coming into this one after making back-to-back quarterfinals for them. Same thing happened for Senegal, back-to-back quarterfinals, and they would want to do one better, but they'll have to go past Kenya, go past Algeria, and that foe in Morocco. What will happen in this group? Let us know in the comment section.
We'll be taking a look at Group B, comprising of South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and of course Tanzania. For the South Africans, they're at the World Cup, and this time around they're having a lot of things at stake. Not just winning the trophy, Linda Maserama Mathalu to help them with this journey. Cote d'Ivoire will be making a return after so many absences at the Wafcon, and of course the last time they were there was in 2014, and that was when they were third, beating the same South Africa to end that spot and of course qualify for Canada 2015. And this time around they'll be looking to make it better. And for Reynard Pedro and his side, they want to go one better. And one lady they will be looking up to is none other than Rosamond Kausi. And she currently plies her trade in the United States of America with Washington. Maybe they can get out of their group and of course, who knows, make it to the World Cup. But then it all boils down to beating South Aggression. One particular player that they are Cabri. And for the Tanzanian women national team, all nicknamed Twiga Stars, this will be their third appearance at the Wafcon. And of course, they've not had all group games except for a draw against same South Africa. It's like a familiar foe in that group. And of course, they'll be looking to do one better also. They'll be looking to better their previous 2 appearances results, and of course possible other than Clara Luvanga, and she plies her trade right there in the Saudi Women's League with Al Nassr. What does it about Group B? What do you think? Let's know in the comment section.
Yes, we are active, ladies and gentlemen, mortals and celestials, mamas and papas. vivxsports, we don't show again, and this is the time for us to focus and look into Group C. The energy chief, and I'll say a pleasure and privilege for me to talk about this particular group. Not just because that they work out for their 11th or 12th, depending on who you ask. Wafcon title, I'm talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. But also because in this group, we also have potential revenge mission and drama bass boost. Undertakers in this group. They are going back there again to face those girls. Banda is back. Banda don't start a score. He don't the assist. She had a bit of draw last year towards the woman who can run from back and carry a ball through center and still get a leg to give it a strong pull-out power. So that's a group that is very attacking, very dogged, but I feel like the Nigerians still have an advantage. On the other side, the Lady Pharaohs. Fantastic stuff. This na babes when say a couple of times they come to the Wafcon, they flatter to deceive us, so Ibogo like to talk, and they have 1 or 2 fair players when they try for them. So I feel like these ones, they are instinctive, they will play in a conservative way, but they don't have enough firepower because in this group C, The last persons I want to talk about now, the biggest danger when we get for Africa. They have been the most consistently attacking, aggressively attacking side for the past 7 years. The only problem I say, they be like Eriga, they be underground. You know say that they pop for streets. Now when you enter party for Kosafa, now you can't know how their matter be. I'm talking about Malawi. And the biggest thing about Malawi is the blessing they have with the Shawinga sisters. I'm talking about Temwa and Tabita. But don't forget, we have a sister to Oshoala. We have Rashida Tajibade. We have Esther Korokwo. And guess what? Rinsola has been scoring back to back. Monday Gift, one of the biggest productive players in the northern part of North America. She's back in the mix. And Justin Madugu is a guy that understands how to build. Thank you. The Super Falcons will come out of this group. But if you ask me, who go follow them, a Malawian side might just upset a Zambian side. Let me know what you think and jump on top of this train. We'll get this show going. Marco!
So 54 Football X, we are continuing our preview of the Women's African Cup of Nations, and we are in Group D. Group D is one of the most evenly balanced groups at the 2026 CAF Women's African Cup of Nations, with 4 teams, 4 different stories, but only 2 automatic quarterfinal spots are available. Ghana's Black Queens return to Wafcon looking to re-establish themselves amongst Africa's elite. The 3-time runners-up have reached the semi-nation campaign. Then there is Cameroon. The indomitable Lionesses are one of Africa's traditional powerhouses, runners-up in 2016 and semi-finalists on multiple occasions. Cameroon know what it takes to level. Despite an inconsistent run in recent years, they possess a tournament experience that could prove very decisive in a very, very tight group in Group D. Mali could be the dark horses of the group. The West Africans have quietly become one of the continent's most disciplined sides, qualifying consistently and developing a talented young generation. They've reached the quarterfinals at the last Wafcon and will fancy their chances of causing another upset in Morocco. Making history are Cabo Verde, Cape Verde. Cape Verde appearing at their first ever Women's African Cup of Nations. Their qualification marks another milestone for football in the island nation. And after Cape Verde's remarkable success at the 2026 FIFA World Cup on the men's side, expectations and belief around the Cape Verdeans football have never been this higher in recent times. They arrived with nothing to lose and everything to prove. The standard fixture in this group undoubtedly remains Ghana against Cameroon, a clash between 2 giants with a rich Wafcon history. And do not overlook Mali, who have shown that they can actually frustrate the continent's biggest names, while Cape Verde will be eager to announce themselves on the biggest stage. So which country do you think will qualify from this group in Group D? Is it going to be Ghana, Cape Verde, Mali, or Cameroon? Make the point here for 54 FIFA.
And they don't open. It's a goal from the Malawians.
She's fast, new.
One touch.
Just move it into space and then run behind Chamakan.
So they get to Nigeria, the easiest goal you ever see. This is the first time 2 sisters will be scoring, will be on the sheet.
Happening.
And it is against the Nigerians. The girl with the blue hair, she not a rush. Hey, she's not there. Hey, give me that.
No chance. They come back. Starts now.
And the over the air pass is still working. They don't find a way. And they don't do it again. Hey, they don't sleep another goal in the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
What a game.
A glancing header.
What a game.
Fantastic game. 5 goals trailer.
We have Morocco as a host nation, obviously. Joining them are familiar foes, Senegal. And of course, the last 1 year, 6 months thereabouts, because they've met twice. The first time they met in Casablanca in a friendly, Morocco actually pummeled Senegal by 7 goals to 0 in Casablanca. But the next time they will be meeting was going to be at the Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco also, that was held in 2025. That's the 2024 edition, and it took a penalty in the first half to give Morocco all 3 points in their Group A game. Now they'll be meet that particular one. You also know that outside women's football, there is the focus for a lot of fans from both countries concerning what will happen this time around after what happened in the men's game in the factions, with a lot of young bees, according to their coach, trying to transition them into the team. A lot of under 20 girls would be making their debut. Are they going to be the punching bag of this group with heavyweights like Senegal, like Algeria, like Morocco, who have all at least got into the quarterfinals in the last 3 editions? And of course, there's no back-to-back quarterfinals for them. Same thing happened for Senegal, back-to-back quarterfinals, and they would want to do one better, but they'll have to go past Kenya, go past Algeria. In the comment section.
We'll be taking a look at Group B, comprising of South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and of course Tanzania. For the South Africans, they've always believed that they have more to offer when it comes to the Wafcon. And don't forget that they've already made 2 appearances at the World Cup. And this time around, they're having a lot of things at stake. Not just winning the trophy, but also qualifying for the World Cup in Brazil Cup 2027. They'll be looking up to a particular lady, talking about Linda Maserama Mathalu at the Wafcon. And of course, the last time they were there was in 2014, and that was when they were third, beating the same South Africa to end that spot and of course qualify for Canada 2015. And this time around, they'll be looking to make it better. And for Reynard Pedro and his side, they want to go one better. And one lady they will be looking up to is none other than America with Washington Spirit. For Burkina Faso, 4 years after they made their historic appearance at the Wafcon, they'll be making a return this time around. And this time, possibly, maybe they can get out of their group and, of course, who knows, make it to the World Cup. But then it all boils down to beating South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, and Tanzania, and, of course, getting out of that group before progression. One particular player that they'll be looking up to make this possible for them is none other than Adel Kabri. And for the Tanzanian women national team, all nicknamed Twiga Stars, this will be their 3rd appearance at the Wafcon. And of course, they've not had it so good in the Wafcon because they were there in 2010. They lost. It's like a familiar foe in that group. And of course, they'll be looking to do one better also. They'll be looking to better their previous 2 appearances results, and of course, possibly maybe qualify Tanzania for their first ever Women's World Cup. One lady that they'll be looking up to also make this happen is none other than Clara Luvanga, and she plies her trade right there in the Saudi Women's League with Al Nassr. What does it about Group B? What do you think? Let's know in the comment section.
It's a goal from the Malians.
She's fast. I just knew
One touch.
Just move it into space and then run behind Chamakan.
Again for Nigeria, the easiest
No
goal you ever
way.
see. This is the first time 2 sisters will be scoring on the
This is not
sheet,
happening.
and it is against the Nigerians. The girl with the blue hair, she not a rush. Hey, she's not there. Hey, give me that.
No chance. The comeback starts now.
And the over the head pass is
God,
still
I
working. They don't
beg,
find
oh,
a way.
sit down.
And they don't do it
No
again.
way.
Hey, they don't sleep another goal in the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Oh.
What a game.
A glancing header.
What a game.
Fantastic game. 5 goals trailer. Yes, we to focus and look into Group C. Now, my name is Chief Swadi. They call me the Energy Chief, and I'll say it's a pleasure and privilege for me to talk about this particular group. Not just because that they work out for their 11th or 12th, depending on who you ask. Wafcon title. I'm talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria, but also because in Zambia, when they beat 5 times for inside Labizuli for inside Casablanca, and guess what? They are going back there again to face those girls. Banda is back. Banda don't start a score. He don't the assist. She had a bit of draw last year towards the ending, but now she's getting a reading Makulayo again. And that's not even the biggest problem there. They have Resha Kundanaji, the woman who can run from back and carry ball through center and still get a leg to give it a strong pull-out power. So that's a group that is very attacking, very dogged, but I feel like the Nigerians still have an advantage. On the other side, the Lady Pharaohs, fantastic stuff. This na babes when say a couple of times they come to the Wafcon, they flatter to deceive as Okpo go like to talk, and they have one or two fair players when they try for them. So I feel like these ones, they are instinctive, they will play in a conservative way, but they don't have enough firepower, because in this group, see, the last persons I want to talk about now, the biggest danger when we get for Africa, they have been the most consistently attacking, aggressive about Malawi. And the biggest thing about Malawi is the blessing they have with the Shawinga sisters. I'm talking about Temwa and Tabita. But don't forget, we have a sister to Oshoala. We have Rashida Tajibade. We have Esther Okorokwo. And guess what? Rinsola has been scoring back-to-back. Monday Gift, one of the biggest productive players in the northern part of North America. She's back in the mix. And Justin Madugu is a guy that understands how to build slowly but gather momentum. So I will say, fingers crossed, my people. Somebody say power. Thank you. The Super Falcons will come out of this group. But if you ask me, who go follow them, a Malawian side might just upset a Zambian side. Let me know what you think and jump on top of this train. We'll get this show going. Marco!
54 Football X. We are continuing our preview of the Women's African Cup of Nations, and we are in Group D. Group D is one of the most evenly balanced groups at the 2026 CAF Women's African Cup of Nations, with 4 teams, 4 different stories, but only 2 automatic quarterfinal spots are available. Ghana's Black Queens return to Wafcon, looking to re-establish themselves amongst Africa's elite. The 3-time runners-up have reached the semi-finals on 7 occasions, but are still chasing their first continental title. After missing out on recent editions, Ghana have rebuilt under Kim Lasbergweg and arrived in Morocco with renewed confidence after an impressive qualification campaign. Then there is Cameroon. The indomitable Lionesses are one of Africa's traditional powerhouses, runners-up in 2016 and semi-finalists on multiple occasions. Cameroon know what it takes to compete at the highest level. Despite an inconsistent run in recent years, they possess tournament experience, very decisive in a very, very tight group in Group D. Mali could be the dark horses of the group. The West Africans have quietly become one of the continent's most disciplined sides, qualifying consistently and developing a talented young generation. They've reached the quarterfinals at the last Wafcon and will fancy their chances of causing another upset in Morocco. Making history are Cabo Verde, Cape Verde. Cape Verde appearing at their first ever Women's African Cup of Nations. Their qualification marks another milestone for football in the island nation. And after Cape Verde's remarkable success at the 2026 FIFA World Cup on the men's side, expectations and belief around Cape Verdeans football have never been this higher in recent times. They arrived with nothing to lose and everything to prove. The standout fixture in this group undoubtedly remains Ghana against Cameroon, a clash between 2 giants with a rich Wafcon history. And do not overlook Mali, who have shown that they can actually frustrate the continent's biggest names, while Cape Verde will be eager to announce themselves on the biggest stage. So which country do you think will qualify from this group in Group D? Is it going to be Ghana, Cape Verde, Mali, or Cameroon? Make the point here for 54 FIFA.
And they don't open. It's a goal from the Malawians.
She's fast. I just knew.
One touch.
Just move it into space and then run behind Chamaka and...
So again for Nigeria, the easiest
No
goal you ever
way.
see. This is the first time 2 sisters will be scoring. Will be on the
This is
sheet.
not happening.
And it is against the Nigerians. The girl with the blue hair. She not a rush. Hey, she's not there. Hey!
No chance. The comeback starts now.
And the over the head pass is still working. They don't find that one again. Hey! They don't sleep another goal in the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
What a game.
A glancing header.
What a game.
Fantastic game. 5 goals trailer.
We have Morocco as the host nation, obviously. Joining them are familiar foes, Senegal. And of course, we have Kenya and Algeria. Morocco and Senegal are familiar with one another in the last 1 year, 6 months thereabouts, because they've met twice. The first time they met in Casablanca in a friendly. Morocco actually pummeled Senegal by 7-0 in Casablanca. But the next time they will be meeting was going to be at the Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco also, that was held in 2025. That's the 2024 edition. And it took a penalty in the first half to give Morocco all 3 points in their Group A game. Now they'll be meeting for the third time. Will the third time be the champ for the Teranga Lionesses of Senegal? We'll wait to see that particular one. You also know that outside women's football, there is the focus for a lot of fans from both countries concerning what will happen this time around after what happened in the men's game in the finals that was played earlier on this year. Away from them, it's Kenya. Kenya are coming into these competitions with a lot of young bees, according to their coach, trying to transition them into the team. A lot of under 20 girls would be making their debut. Are they going to be the punching bag of this group with heavyweights like Senegal, like Algeria, like Morocco, who have all at least got into the quarterfinals in the last 3 editions? We'll wait to see. And of course, there's no prize for guessing. Algeria is the final team in this group. Algeria would be coming into this one after making back-to-back quarterfinals for them. Same thing happened for Senegal, back-to-back, and they would want to do one better, but they'll have to go past Kenya, go past Algeria, and that foe in Morocco. What will happen in this group? Let us know in the comment section.
We'll be taking a look comprising of South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and of course Tanzania. For the South Africans, they've always believed that they have more to offer when it comes to the Wafcon. And don't forget that they've already made 2 appearances at the World Cup. And this time around, they're having a lot of things at stake. Not just winning the trophy, but also qualifying for the World Cup in Brazil come 2027. They'll be looking up to a particular lady, talking about Linda Maserama Mathalu, to help them with this journey. Cote d'Ivoire will be making a return after so many absences at the Wafcon. And of course, the last time they were there was in 2014, and that was when they were third, beating the same South Africa to end that spot and of course qualify for Canada 2015. And this time around, they'll be looking to make it better. And for Reynard Pedro and his side, they want to go one better. And one lady they will be looking up to is none other than Rosamond Kausi. And she currently plies her trade in the United States of America with Washington Spirit. For Burkina Faso, 4 years after they made their historic appearance at the Wafcon, they'll be making a return this time around. And this time, possibly, maybe they can get out of their group and, of course, who knows, make it to the World Cup. But then it all boils down to beating South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, and Tanzania, and, of course, getting out of that group before progression. One particular player that they'll be looking up to make this possible for them is none other than Adel Kabri. And for the Tanzanian women national team, all nicknamed Twiga Stars, this will be their 3rd appearance at the Wafcon. And of course, they've not had it so good in the Wafcon because they were there in 2010. They lost all group games. They were there in 2024. They lost all group games except for a draw against same South Africa. It's like a familiar foe in that group. And of course, they'll be looking to do one better also. They'll be looking to better their previous 2 appearances results, and of course, possibly maybe qualify Tanzania for their first ever Women's World Cup. One lady that they'll be looking up to also make this happen is none other than Clara Luvanga, and she plies her trade right there in the Saudi Women's League with Al Nassr. What does it about Group B? What do you think? Let's know in the comment section.
Yes, we are active, ladies and gentlemen, mortals and celestials. Mamas and papas, vivxsports, we don't show again, and this is the time for us to focus and look into Group C. Now, my name is Chief Swadi, they call me the Energy Chief, and I'll say a pleasure and privilege for me to talk about this particular group. Not just because that they work out for their 11th or 12th, depending on who you ask. Wafcon title, I'm talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria, but also because in this group, we also have potential revenge mission and drama boost. Undertakers. In this group, we have Zambia, when they beat 5 times for inside Labizuli for inside Casablanca. And guess what? They are going back there again to face those girls. Banda is back. Banda don't start a score. He don't the assist. She had a bit of draw last year towards the ending, but now she's getting a ready Makulayo again. And that's not even the biggest problem there. They have Resha Kundanaji, the woman who can run from back and carry ball through center and still get a leg to give it a strong pull-up power. So that's a group that is very attacking, very dogged, but I feel like the Nigerians still have an advantage. On the other side, the Lady Pharaohs. Fantastic stuff. This na babes when say a couple of times they come to the Wafcon, they flat to talk, and they have 1 or 2 fair players when they try for them. So I feel like these ones, they're instinctive, they will play in a conservative way, but they don't have enough firepower, because in this group C, the last persons I want to talk about now, the biggest danger when we get for Africa. They have been the most consistently attacking, aggressively attacking side for the past 7 years. The only problem I say, they be like Eriga, they be underground. You know say that they pop for streets. Now when you enter party for Kosafa, now you can't know how their matter be. I'm talking about Malawi. And the biggest thing about Malawi is the blessing they have with the Shawinga sisters. I'm talking about Temwa and Tabita. But don't forget, we have a sister Oshoala. We have Rashida Tajibade. We have Esther Okoronkwo. And guess what? Rinsola has been scoring back to back. Monday Gift, one of the biggest productive players in the northern part of North America. She's back in the mix. And Justin Madugu is a guy that understands how to build slowly but gather momentum. So I will say, fingers crossed, my people. Somebody say power. Thank you. The Super Falcons will come out of this group. But if you ask me, who go follow them, a Malawian side might just upset a Zambian side. Let me know what you think and jump on top of this train. We'll get this show going. Marco!
All right, wonderful people, you're welcome to vivxsports, and of course we are here to make sure that you are carried along on the game between Nigeria and of course Zambia. Yes, Nigeria's second game in Group C, I tell you. Good evening once again. My name is Jovita AK, and of course I'm not alone. I don't walk alone, just like Liverpool. I'm here with Joy, and of course together, we do this together, right?
I mean, it's great to be here. Not feeling as great as I should have felt when I saw the schedule to know that, okay, I'll be here for the second game, but it is what it is, and this is going to be, I mean, I was happy that I got this one because this is obviously going to be a blockbuster game, but I didn't know it was going to be a make or mar game for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. But it's great to be here. It's great to be back on the screen, and anytime you see us on your screen bringing you live commentary or follow commentary for any game, it's going to be a banger. And this particular one, which is going to be between the defending champions of the continent versus a team they met in the last quarterfinals and pummeled 5-0, it's definitely going to be a banger. So definitely have so much to watch out for today. I mean, exactly. And in fact, the build up to the game, we're already seeing the changes, and obviously there's a lot of conversations going on. We made 5 changes. That's a statement, and
definitely for Nigeria never expected to lose that game against Malawi, by the way, and it was a surprise, losing to a debutant. I think the last debutant they drew with was Tunisia. Yes, so losing to Malawi, a team that nobody expected, was totally something else. But notwithstanding, 5 changes, just like Joy said, and of course, definitely we are hoping to see a totally different ball game against Malawi. Meanwhile, the lineups are out for that particular game. We'll be going through, and of course, counting down to that match by 9 p.m. right here on vivxsports. So make sure that you also tell your neighbor to tune in and, of course, enjoy this ride with us. Quickly, let me give you the lineup. And, of course, starting lineup, just like Judge said, 5 changes to the Nigerian team. We have Chiamaka Nnadozie in goal. We have Osinachi Ohale. We have Oshoala starting. Remember, the last one, she came up from the bench and, of course, couldn't do much for Nigeria against Malawi. Christy Ucheibe starts. Jennifer Chegini starts. Uche Nakano starts. Deborah Abiodun, Oluwatosi Dimeyi, Ajibade, Rashidat, and, of course, a lady making her debut, her Wafcon debut today against the team they call Zambia is none other than Rofiat Imoran and, of course, Michelle Alozie. I mean, a change. I'm impressed anyway. I'm impressed by this change because after the performance against Malawi, I felt we needed a very good change to the side, and I'm not surprised because he said, according to what Madugu said, he said, we are going all out for this one because for the first time, I think Nigerian team is beginning to wake up to the fact that football in Africa, when it comes to women, is fast changing. Everything is changing. The terrain is no longer the way it used to be. And from the game against Malawi to this lineup, what's your take?
I mean, I think it's something that you'll mention. It's a wake-up call for him, and not just for him as a coach, but the entire team, to see that losing to Malawi and coming into this one against Zambia, knowing that it's a make-or-mar game. I expected some of the changes, but there are some that I'm kind of trying to understand. But I mean, there's also talks about the fitness level of some of those players. So let me just come out straight. For instance, I was expecting to see Esther Okoronkwo start that game. We know that she has been very instrumental in this team for the past couple of years, especially the last Wafcon where she was very instrumental to us winning that Wafcon.
She was instrumental, but also bear in mind that most of the games she played in that particular tournament, she came from the bench.
She actually came from the bench. There was started a lot of games. So talking about Esther Okoronkwo, the lady from Canada, this particular time coming back from a lengthy injury this year, she came into that game, that first game, and doing her best. You could see that she also struggled a lot, and maybe that is why the coach is giving the nod, although I am still yet to see him outrightly say this is the reason he benched. But I think our colleagues will get to ask him why he benched Esther and in the post-match of the game, because questions will be asked. Esther has been very, very instrumental for the team. But other changes, putting players in the positions you expect them. For instance, we are seeing Deborah Abiodun start. We are seeing Uchebe, who is always... We are seeing Uchenna Kanu. Uchenna Kanu didn't make that last team. I'm talking about the synergy of this team. The synergy of this team lies with the 18 players who were in the last Wafcon and made it into this 25. We are seeing players like Uchenna Kanu join, which is very good. She got a goal in that game against Malawi. We are seeing a player like Uchebe, who is usually on the bench for reasons best known to the coach, getting a start today, which is really something to actually applaud him for. He actually had to make such changes.
To make those changes.
And then putting players in their position. Imoran, who is known to play, best known for playing a left back, is there at left back, while Michelle has been returned to her very good position, which is right back. And then we have the center pairing,
because she struggled
against Malawi, obviously. So I'm saying, while I am really surprised that Esther is not starting, I'm really impressed that players, he gave the nod to players like Imoran, and of course we are seeing the main partner Ohali in the midfield. I don't know if I'm really comfortable Ohali in that center defense after what happened in the last AFCON. We saw some of those games where she was really...
I remember the last
one
against Zambia.
Not against Zambia. She scored against... I'm talking about
against
South Africa
in the last match.
Okay.
I mean, the last AFCON.
Yeah.
The whole 5-0 practically came from the midfield. The midfield, the attack, the defense, they all worked together.
Definitely. So Ohali has always had a very good game against Zambia. She was one of those people I felt
I think she scored against Zambia.
She always, that's what I'm saying, not just the last game, she always scores against Zambia at the Wafcon, except the one where we lost to them in the third place match in 2022. So with the performance he had in the first game, while he was dropping a lot of players, I felt maybe he might have dropped her, but maybe that record is why she's starting. And now we are seeing that she'll be partnering. But going to the midfield, I am really impressed to see Uchebe and, of course, Deborah Biodun starting in that midfield. Maybe that's what we need. We need to actually control the tempo of the game from the get-go onto the end. And then Azat Oshoala starting this one. It's really a very, very interesting call from the coach, saying that most of the game in which he has been the manager of the team, whenever we play a major tournament, not friendlies. I mean, friendly, she gets to start, but she is not really a starter for this team since 2023.
All right. And of course, for the Zambians, no major changes at all. Still the same team that started and, of course, beat Egypt 6-0. Still the same team that they started against Nigeria. Why change a winning side if it's not broken, just like people say? Anyway, let me quickly give you that lineup of Zambia, the team that would play Nigeria. We have in goal Hazel Neil, and of course, she's been doing a fantastic job for Zambia so far. We have Margaret Belemo, Lushomo Mwemba, Rachel Nachula, Blessing Malubu, Rhoda Chileshe, Irene Lungu, Barbara Banda, who by the way is the captain, Priska Chilufia, Grace Chanda, and of course Rachel Kundananyi. Yes, these are the people that will do the battle for Zambia against Nigeria. But then no changes for Zambia. 6-0 against Egypt. And it's like they're dreaming, they're dreaming high this time around.
I mean, it's not, I won't say dreaming high. This is the third time they'll be meeting us in the last 3 years. They met us in 2022. They beat us 1-0.
Remember, that goal was an own goal.
I'm just saying that they've never scored against Nigeria, yes. But, I mean, saying that obviously if they beat us today, it will be punching above their weight, but it's not something that they've not done before. An own goal is a goal, and they got they got the bronze in that particular competition, and we came back home with nothing. So it's really important to see that Coach Nora, the coach of the side, just like she was very, very confident in her team in the last time out, where she is like, oh, her girls are coming out to hunt Nigeria, but that was not successful. That was not a successful hunt for our girls, because they got pummeled 5-0 in that game. That was in the last edition. In 2025, you would expect that it is going to be a really, really great thing for her to trust the same girls that started the game against Egypt. While Egypt is obviously different from the Super Falcons of Nigeria, you would not like to actually change a winning side. So the synergy is with that team, a team that got them to the quarterfinals, and this is a team which she trusts should be able to get the job done against the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
And of course, you can join us live right here. Yes, we'd love to hear from you as regards the lineup of Nigeria against Zambia. Remember, Nigeria lost 3-2 to Malawi in the first game. And of course, very first time Nigeria will lose to a debutant at the Women African Cup of Nations. And now they had the opportunity to right the wrong against Zambia, a team they beat 5-0 in the quarterfinals in the last Wafcon. And of course, the same set of players that played in that particular game, that scored in that particular game, are still present in the Super Falcons today. And of course, they are also present in this game today. So join us. You can call us on 0813 6197 658. 0813 6197 658. Yes, it's vivxsports live right here. And of course, would like to know and of course hear from you concerning this particular game of Nigeria. What's your prediction for the game, considering Nigeria, more or less someone said Nigeria would be afraid to go all out against Zambia? Do you think so?
I don't think so. I think this is, the lineup obviously shows that this is a team that is out to win. Maybe not the very, very popular attacking lineup we've seen in the last 1 year. It is not the team that's played together. Kanu has not really been with the team. She just came back to this team from injury, and she missed the last Wafcon actually. So seeing a team with Kanu at the front, you see Oshoala, and you're not seeing that present name again, like I keep mentioning, in Esther Okoronkwo, who has been, she was called the Queen of Assist at the last Wafcon for a reason. Highest assist in that tournament. Also won the MVP of the finals. That's how instrumental she was to that final 3-2 comeback against Morocco in that final, with a goal and 2 assists in that 3-2 coming back of Nigeria. So people are not going to be really used to this starting lineup. I'm talking about the front three, but I mean, this is the front three that is known to score goals. I mean, Uchenna Kanu came off the bench in that loss to Malawi, and she got a goal. And maybe if we had not considered that third goal, would have maybe been talking something different right now.
In fact, something for happen, say.
No, I'm saying that it was after they scored the third goal that she scored the second, but it was too late for us to do a comeback. It could have been a comeback if we had not considered
the fact that they even they tried it.
So I'm saying that yes,
imagine they didn't try at all.
Definitely. that is maybe why she even got the nod to start this game today. Talking about Uchenna Kanu, and she's very good with her feet, knows how to score headers too, and as much as a lot of people might not be used to her starting games, she is a very prolific goal scorer. She has talking about Aizat Oshoala. She is still a very prolific goal scorer in every right. She is still leading the flanks.
But she's not the way she used
to be. But as much as people would say that, you still remember that
she's not
the same as Oshoala we used to know. But she's still scores goals. She's still pulling her weight. In the Saudi league, she still scores goals. She's still a threat. Maybe
definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
At your own
that's what I want people to put at the back of their mind. So going into this game, she might not be the Oshoala that you knew that scored 4 against Mali in 2014, I think. Yes, she might not be that particular as Oshoala, but she is still Aizat Oshoala in every right, and we are hoping that she would turn up today, because we need everybody in that team to turn up if we are going to have chances to progress to the next stage and still dream of going to the World Cup, even before thinking of winning the trophy.
Don't forget to subscribe on your YouTube channel, vivxsports on YouTube. So very, very important you go do that right now. Meanwhile, Barbara Banda was involved in 5 of the 6 goals against Egypt, and of course it's been on record that she has scored like 8 hat-tricks. And I think she's the first player after Aizat Oshoala to actually score 4 in the Wafcon.
She's the third. We have 2. The first being another prolific striker from Nigeria, talking about Perpetua Nwakocha, who has every record you want to break at this competition. She holds it. She holds the highest number of goals in a single edition, with 11 in 2010. She has the highest number cumulatively of goals scored at the Wafcon, with 36, I'm not mistaken. I don't want to make mistakes there, but she has either 34 or 36. That is the highest number of goals. And right now, Barbara Banda, with 4 goals in that first game, is obviously going to be eyeing that record of meeting and breaking the record of the highest number of goals scored in a single edition, which is 11, still held by Nwakocha since 2010. So she's the third now to have scored 4 goals. Aizat did it against Mali in 2014, again in Cameroon 2014 or 2016, if I'm not mistaken. And then she's the third person to have scored this. But that is an elite place to also an elite circle to join, if you ask me, an elite gang to joining the likes of Perpetua Nwakocha and of course Aizat Oshoala as the only women to have scored 4 goals in a single game, a haul, as we like to call it in football. And that was really impressive. Also being involved in another goal that gave them that 6-0 win against Egypt, and giving them very good chances of qualifying out of this group, which has turned out to be a very dicey one right now, because Malawi have 6 points already. They have 3. If they lose to Nigeria today, to still remain 3 and still throw the group open. So that very important win against Egypt is something that would maybe help them into going into the next stage in the competition.
All right, last 5 games for Zambia, won 6-0 against Egypt, and of course a couple of days ago, and of course earlier on before the tournament started proper in a friendly game, Algeria beat Zambia 1-0, and of course same friendly game, it was a double header. Algeria won, Zambia won, and of course Zambia defeated Zimbabwe by 3-0 in another pre-friendly before the Wafcon started proper. and of course drew 1-1 against Kenya, who by the way was beaten yesterday. And for Nigeria, well, I would say our preparation has been kind of fire brigade approach, but then we lost our first game to debutants Malawi 3-2, and of course one of our friendlies we won 2-1 against Tanzania, who's also in this competition, and of course beat Senegal 3-0 in the warm-ups. It was a double header, 3-0 then 2-1. Nigeria win both headers, and of course against Cameroon Nigeria won 3-1. That short would I say small preparation, do you think that's the reason why they struggled against Malawi, or you felt things were not just right?
I actually point it as one of the major reasons. Well, looking into that game, as I was watching the game, I kept shouting that these are not the girls that I know, and these are not the girls that I saw actually play. Again, if you want to talk about the fact that, okay, we are going into this team, maybe they don't know each other. Sorry, 18 of 25. That is over 70% of people who actually played together and won in just a year from now. They won it in July 2026. So you won't tell me that they don't know each other. But I mean, a team that have not been together, team that has not played together, when others were playing preparatory games leading to the Wafcon that should have been played in March, by the way, yeah. We were always getting stories either the team we want to play against pulls out last minute, or we did not get the team we want to play against. And while our mates were playing invitation tournaments with teams from Europe, from Asia, we had the likes of Kenya playing against Australia. We had the likes of Ghana playing against the Three Lions of England. Those are the teams that they were playing. They even went to Dubai, where they got caught up in a little bit of drama after they won. They got, because of the war that started between America and Iran. They got trapped for a couple of days. But all of that was in preparation for the Wafcon. Unfortunately, it was postponed. Fortunately for us, we would have gotten a better window to be able to prepare better. But the opposition that we were getting, in fact, Senegal was a last-minute thing because we wanted to get Jamaica. Jamaica did not work. We wanted to get Togo. Togo did not work. And then we got Senegal. And I believe you me, Senegal is not the kind of team I wanted the Super Falcons to prepare against. And maybe, I would actually say that is one of the reasons they played the way they played, because it was not just defeat that was crazy to a lot of us. It was the way they played, the way we could not communicate as a team, the kind of goals we conceded. Look at the kind of goals that Nadozie was conceding. Nadozie, that was the pride of Brighton in the WSL last season. I mean, definitely. I'm talking about last season. A new season is starting.
Just like Nadozie said, she said, losing that game against Malawi doesn't define the team.
Doesn't define, definitely.
With her,
but you want to pick the fact that them not playing together would definitely must have affected them as a team.
All right, and of course we talking about the officials for this particular encounter between Zambia and Nigeria. We get plenty people will say good day for middle for this one to make sure that everything goes the way it's supposed to go. The lady that will be in the middle of proceedings this night is Josephine Wanjiku, and she's from Kenya. She'll be assisted by Tabara Moji from Senegal. Second assistant will be Elizabeth Njoroge from Kenya. We also have the fourth official, Alain Gwibang Etong from Cameroon. And we have reserve assistant referee, Mahawa Kuruma from Guinea. VAR is Salima Mukansanga from Rwanda. And of course, Abdulaziz Yasser Ahmed from Sudan. These guys will be there, right there at the stadium. I'm talking about the stadium, the Al Madina Stadium in Rabat, to make sure that all proceedings are on point so that they don't go rob Peter to pay Paul, right?
Definitely. It is really important that maybe because I'm a Nigerian on this stream, please, you'll forgive when I say I'm a Nigerian.
What's your prediction for the game?
My prediction for the game is going to be a 3-1 win for Nigeria. I do not think we are still solid enough behind to keep a clean sheet, but I believe that we would win and win well. Yeah.
And of course, I would like to know what you think as well. Yes, so what's your prediction for the game? Can Nigeria against all odds bounce back against Zambia in this particular tournament? At least when you win one, it will motivate you to go win another one. So I want to hear from you. The numbers once again to call is 0813-6197-658. Show your support to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They said the downfall of a man will be the end of a life. So the Super Falcons are good to go. We don't define them by their mistakes, or should I say their play against the team they call, what was the team they played the other time?
Who?
The first game, Malawi.
Okay.
All these African teams sometimes confuses me, but all the same, yes, against Malawi. So we'd like to hear from you. We want to know your take on the game. We want to know the lineup, the changes. What is your take on that as well? Very, very important. And of course, we look forward to that particular game, and we hope you join us. Like we said, you can subscribe on vivxsports on YouTube, or you can call us on 0813-617-6197-658. I'll call that number once again, 0813-6197-658. Yes, call us up. We want to hear from you, and of course, show your support to the Super Falcons. For you, Coach Madugu, which area do you think will win Nigeria the game? The defense, the midfield, the attack, or even the goalkeeper?
I actually think it is going to be a game of the midfield, because looking at the game that we played the last time out, we were able to control that midfield. Moving from a team that struggled against Algeria, I'm talking about the last edition, by the way, because we played Zambia in the quarterfinals. So looking at the game against Algeria, we kind of struggled, and he took notes and ensured that that midfield was where we controlled the game against Zambia in the last edition. And my dear, 5-0 against a team that had the likes of Banda, Richard Kumamanji, who were scoring goals left, right, and center. Even against the host nation, when they played Morocco in their first game in the group stage, it was 2-2 at the end of the day, because they were going band for band. But we were able to stable the game in that particular one. So I think it is very good that he brought those people who are midfield marshals in the likes of Abiodun and in the likes of Uchebe to actually hold down that midfield and support Uchegini, who did not really have a very good game in the first one. So let's hope that this time around that would be done, because and also the fact that we have everybody in the defense playing their preferred position will also really counts this time around, because that is where we struggled against Malawi. So with everybody holding where they know best, I think we'll be able to dictate the game, the tempo of the game better in this particular one.
Yes, you heard it. And of course, they're still counting down to 9 p.m. when that game would kick off at the Al Madina Stadium right there in Rabat. Yes, so all hands on deck, according to Coach Justin Madugu, and hoping that the Super Falcons of Nigeria would return back and, of course, get a win against Zambia, because a lot is at stake. It's not just about the prize money anymore. It's about the qualification for the World Cup in Brazil come 2027. So, and all of a sudden, you see this teams like Malawi, Zambia, Burkina Faso, everybody is now like, oh boy, we go hustle. I won't go walk up.
Tanzania, everybody. I mean, it's a big deal. Maybe it is not a big deal for us anymore, because we are one of the 7 nations that have attended every edition of the World Cup since inception.
And by the way, sorry to interrupt you. Zambia had only been to the World Cup once, I think in 2023.
Yes,
Australia,
that was their first.
New Zealand. Their men have never, I don't think they've ever played in the World Cup before. But then the women made their first appearance at the World Cup in 2023 in Australia. And of course,
they've been on a run. They've been on a run. Talking about the Zambian team in international tournaments,
they got a win, just a win in Group C against I think Costa Rica. They won that game by I think 3-1 or 3-0, and of course that was a good run for them. Being their first time in the World Cup.
Not even in the World Cup. I'm talking about the fact that they've been qualifying for major tournaments. we didn't qualify for the Olympics in 16 years, and this particular group, I'm talking about this particular group of Zambians, talking about this one led by Banda, attended the 2020 Olympics that was played in 2021 in Tokyo. They qualified for the 2024 one in Paris. They qualified for the 2023 Women's World Cup that was held in New Zealand and Australia. And right now, believe you me, they are also, because they have 3 points down, and it is, they will say money for and back for ground, and person will get points for ground, what the talk say, gets the opportunity to qualify for the next stage. So right now they are above Nigeria, and they actually have things going for them going into this game. So they also have the opportunity to actually qualify for another World Cup. So they've been on a very good run, this particular set of the Zambian team, and it is impressive to see that they've kept this crop together. They've grown as a team. It is just unfortunate the way their Wafcon last time ended in the quarterfinals to Nigeria, but seeing how they went on to actually beat Nigeria in the third place match in the other one that was in the same Morocco in 2022, you will know that these girls have something going for them. And I don't think anybody still calls them dark horses, because if they go on to go win the Wafcon this time around, people will know that they've had something, a trajectory that have been coming for them in the last couple of years, in the last 5 years. They've been doing something right in that team, and you can see Coach Nora on our screen as we are getting ready for this particular game. We're hoping to see that Coach Nora and her girls would hopefully not smile just like they didn't smile in the last edition. I really hope that happens.
And of course, the national anthems had been done and dusted, and the players, shaking hands, fair play.
Yeah.
And of course, keeping everything the way it's supposed to be. Although it's unfortunate, it's more or less an empty stadium. But then, I don't know who to put this one on. Is it CAF?
Every of them. All of them.
This is a women's game. They are supposed to come out in massive support. I think the only thing they are supporting, and we, by the way, is on a good run at the Wafcon, is the host Morocco.
Even the host Morocco suffered from low turnout of fans in their first game. In their first, that was because it was a derby.
But they're the ones that had the most fans at the stadium in this whole competition so far.
And like I said, it was a derby game between themselves and Nigeria. There's always been this rivalry.
There's always
both men and Africans. Yes. So not even North Africans. If they play Egypt today, you will not see that number of fans in the stadium.
Believe me, you will see.
Again, like I said, this team, because I was there last year, I know that they have this thing for Algerians. There's been this both football and political rivalry amongst them, so their fans will come watch. They prefer to come watch a Morocco Algerian game than watching a Morocco South African game that should have been a bigger one in their ranks, because they are neighbors. It's easier to travel into Morocco for them. So yes, we're giving you the lineup the first time, but we're giving you the lineup again in case you're just joining us on this stream via vivxsports, bringing you the second game of this group, or the second game for both teams of this group, Nigeria defending champions and Zambia, and we'll get you up to speed with the teams.
Quick one, let's get you up to speed. A photo session with the officials by the player, the captain of the side, Rashida Tajibade, and of course Barbara Banda. All right, quick one, just like Joyce said, we have Chamakan Nadozie, Michelle Alozie, Dimenye Luatosi, Usna Chionha, Lero Fiatimura, Deborah Biodu, Christy Ucheibe, Jennifer Chegini, Uche Nakano, Asato Oshoala, and of course Rashidat Ajibade. And for the Zambians, Rachel Kodonanji, Barbara Banda, Priska Chelufia, Grace Chanda, Irene Lungu, Rhoda Chileshe, Margaret Belamu, Lushomo Mwimba, Rachel Nachula, Blessing Maluba, and of course Hazel Nali. Those are the starting 11 for either side, Nigeria and of course Zambia. Definitely we'll be bringing you a live commentary on this particular game of the Women African Cup of Nations as Nigeria tries to bounce back against Zambia in their second group game.
It's looking to be one for the books. A game that would definitely be historic in the minds of a lot of Nigerians for years to come. This is a make or mar game, and let me mention again, in case you have not followed the Wafcon and this is the first time you'll be following a game, the Super Falcons lost their first game, and if they do not win today, their chances of making it out of this group will be very, very hampered, because they have to win today and hope to win against Egypt to make it out of the group and into the
Meanwhile,
quarterfinals.
Zambia is kick-off, by the way, and the Zambians take the first kick of the game. Nigeria, by the way, is playing from the right to the left, and Zambia is playing from the left to the right. The Zambians are putting on orange on black shorts, and the Nigerians came out in all green attires. And the Nigerians now have it. Michel Alozie sending that one to Rashida Tajibali, but that one has gone off for a throw-in to Nigeria. The bench, Justin Madugu and Chejine. Women supporting women.
Well,
Former player for Nigeria.
definitely. I also think that the fact that Nigeria or Africa now has a compulsory thing about having at least one woman on the coaching staff, either as the coach or as the assistant coach, also ensure that we have a woman beside Justin Madugu as a first assistant in the coaching.
We've seen
order.
Florence Omagbemi, we've seen Uche Yukeria.
Definitely coach the side,
But they never lasted.
well, I mean, it's a very tough job to be. I mean, Madugu won the Wafcon last time, and people are already calling for his head because he lost against Malawi. So you know that it's a very, very tough job to hold. Talking about the
You
Super
give them
Falcons
the job, you let them work. You don't let them work. The next thing, you tell them.
I don't think there's been any coach who has experienced longevity on this team that did not face. I mean, everybody just. Denabi faced it, Waldron faced it, everybody will face it as long as you are coaching the biggest side on the continent.
And now Zambia on the move. Banda sending that one straight in. Nigerian defense trying to make sure that one doesn't go past the defense or in any way disturb goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie. But as far as they're concerned, the Zambians are being very intimidating in this first few minutes of play. 3 minutes, by the way, with the pressure on Nigeria, especially after their loss, and the Zambians winning 6-0, enough motivation for them against Nigeria. Infringement there on the Zambian, and of course they get a free kick being taken by Grace Chanda. So many wine shirts. Is it wine or
It's
orange?
orange, yeah.
Okay. I'm colorblind. Well taken there, but then Chiamaka Nadozie comes out, punches it out, but the danger is still there. The Zambians still in control of the situation right there. Rashidat couldn't get that one off. Kurunanji there.
The defending by the Nigerians have been really shaky, and the Zambians are looking to capitalize on that right there.
And that's won by Osinachi Ohali, but I think the referee says play on.
She should be careful right
But that should have been a foul, but then to Nigerians' advantage.
You don't expect something from a defender of that caliber to be doing inside the box.
Very risky.
Very risky there. I mean, she's escaped. Let's hope that she continues to escape there and won't do something of such nature. Again,
I think that's a handball.
that looks
Very close to the Nigerian 18-yard box.
Again, the defending has been really shaky in the first 4 minutes of the game, and we are hoping that the girls get their act together, because we are playing like a side that have everything to lose. Well, while they have everything to lose there, it's really really not the best way to start a game, showing jittery actions there, and we're hoping that Zambians don't capitalize as early as possible, because once they get a goal in this game, it will be very, very risky for the Super Falcons to start all out to play. And I mean, when you expose yourself after conceding the first goal, it becomes a very, very dicey one, because the opponents can capitalize on that and, of course, get more goals while you will be chasing the game. We can see that the Zambian goalkeeper is receiving treatment there. Oshoala there. I mean, it actually shook everybody. That defeat to Malawi. Everyone is looking different. Everyone is looking more calm. They are not as excited as they were coming into this tournament. They know that right now they have to take care of business against Zambia.
Zambia on the move. Rashida Tajibade straight to Oshoala, but then dispossessed by the Zambians.
In that pace, something.
Blessing Maluba sending that one into Barbara.
And that looked
and of
like
course another foul on Barbara Banda by Nigeria. And this time around it's Luatosi Dimei.
I actually felt like that was a 50-50 call, because Banda was actually pulling also, but I mean, when she was surrounded by a lot of green shirts, and I think the referee just decided that she was outnumbered there and gave her the call. But I mean, you expect everybody to be on her. A player that scored 4 goals in the last game is someone that would be really marked by defenders of any team, be it Nigeria, who are the most successful side and the defending champions. You have to be wary of Banda, as you know that she is very dangerous in the box.
Well taken there.
Looks like there was a handball by the Zambians, but advantage Nigeria as they were going to clear inside the box, but they recycled it in the midfield. I felt like the referee should have stopped play and given a free kick there, but let's hope that they continue to keep possession.
And stop there by, she couldn't hold on to the ball.
Rafiat.
Talking about Rafiat Imura. And
well, she plies her trade with the talk of the town in the WSL, talking about London City Lionesses, talking about Rafiat Umaran. She has been one of those exciting players who have not really gotten enough time.
Opportunity there for Nigeria. Oh, it's a goal for Nigeria against Zambia.
Write her off for your peril.
I'm telling you, assistant Oshoala. Put Nigeria for front. The Zambians no believe them. They never expected it. But then it's done and dusted. First goal for Nigeria. Assisat Oshoala started not from the bench, but the very first 11 for Nigeria, and she made it count.
A very great pass there from the captain of the side, talking about the girl with the blue hair, Azato Ajibade, to have sighted Oshoala there. And Oshoala not as pacey as she used to be, but
there was
like
nothing Lushamo whoever could have done.
I mean, she got the rebound, but you have to be able to be very strong to body a ball off Oshoala, and that was done there unsuccessfully, and Nigeria gets the lead and get the start they need, because they've not really been the better side in this one. But I think that would boost their confidence going into this game. But you have to give great kudos to Oshoala there for holding her own.
And Christy Ucheibe doing everything possible to make sure that the midfield is well protected. But then in the process, she do give away. Give away to Zambia. Christy Ucheibe plies her trade with Benfica in Portugal.
At least not anymore. But
of course, starting
this one now.
This particular one for Nigeria against Zambia. 3 times they have met. Nigeria win, or rather won except that giveaway Nigeria did when Chiamaka made an own goal to give Zambians the win against Nigeria. Zambia yet to score against Nigeria in an African Cup of Nations.
There.
I don't know why the referee didn't blow that one, but then Ajibade is down.
I saw her hand move to show that was a free kick, but I don't think.
And that challenge by Priska Chelufia on Rashidat Ajibade. And of course, the Zambians decided make we self go score for a free recover. And I started Oshoala on the floor, but then helped up by referee Josephine.
I think she's complaining about a foul not given to her there too. Well, that's a lot of work that the referee has to do in the first opening, the first 10 minutes of the game.
Both coaches are on their feet. I mean, because if Nigeria wins this, more or less
throws the group open.
I'm telling you.
And I mean,
the only people right now that are sitting comfortably at the top of the group
are debutants Malawi. Really shocking.
And remember, just 2 get to advance from the groups. So into Nigeria, Lozie takes that one sharply to Rashidat Ajibade, who loses it.
Taking a good turn there.
Ajibade again, trying to connect.
Wins a corner there.
So I start Oshoala, but then wins a corner in the process.
I mean, she was smart. She was not going to beat those 2 players out of that particular position. And that is one thing that you would always excuse Madugu for picking her, because, I mean, there's certain kind of experience that comes with a player at that level. Or why she might not be the most pacey one, the one who would track back to defend. What she offers you in experience and in front of goal is really important, and as you can see, is the reason Nigeria is leading by a goal to nil so far.
12 minutes on the clock. First corner kick for Nigeria. Rashidat Ajibade now go take him. Plenty push me, I push you right there in the 18-yard box. Referee Josephine being very vigilant there. Ajibade takes it. What will Nigeria do with this one?
Trying to see what was trying to do an overhead
and that
kick
push on a Chegini, but then the referee says it's a throw into Zambia. Maghreb Belamu takes it, and Rafiat doing a fantastic job so far. Another foul on Nigeria. This time on
fouls.
Deborah Abiodun. Taking sharply, Dimei sends it back to Chiamaka Nadozie, to Sinacho Hale, to Deborah Abiodun. Deborah gives it back to Dimei. Dimei to Rafiat, and of course Rafiat trying to pass it on to Uchenna Kanu, ended up doing another giveaway to Zambia.
Still wondering why she is not getting her crosses right in her preferred position. By the way, she was not really shown what she is made of or what we know her to be made of so far.
Remember, this is her debut Wafcon match.
Yeah.
So sometimes there could be
the nerves, maybe that explains that. But I mean, she has to be very careful because a one goal lead is still very, very slim, and we have to be very careful if we want to get all 3 points in this game, because they need all 3 points. A draw would not be enough for them to progress from this group.
Deborah nipped there, but then the referee finally blows the whistle for a free kick to Nigeria.
Again, I think the Zambians have been playing a really rough game in the first 15 minutes, and I was hoping that maybe that definitely was very dirty. Should have deserved at least a yellow card there. And sometimes I think referees trying to be
are
gentle. No, humans, yes, but trying to be gentle with certain gimmicks that happens in the game gets to expose the other side to nasty injuries, because that would have been an injury if she is not careful right there, and that's for a player that just returned from a very long injury during the normal season. Talking about Deborah Abiodun, sometimes the referee needs to know how to protect these girls during the game and manage the game better.
Uchenna Kanu still holding on to the ball, back to Deborah Abiodun, who sends it way off mark, and of course giving Zambia the opportunity for a goal kick. And Deborah Abiodun, I think she plays for Washington Spirit.
Washington Spirit together with Gift Monday. Yeah.
And Gift Monday, by the way, is on the bench.
Making a return since the 2024 or 2022
She had a
Wafcon.
fantastic season, I think last season.
Yeah, last season, where she was, which is why a lot of people were surprised she missed out of the last Wafcon. But she's back now and has the opportunity to help this team win again this time. But they need to make it out of the group.
Now with the ball, still moving, laying it there for
Oshoala.
Oshoala. It's like all balls goes to Oshoala. I think that's the instruction.
But does she have the pace to support that? That is one thing they also have to consider. I think they should look at.
I think she has the pace, because judging from the first goal she scored, you can imagine how she had muzzled the duo of Margaret Belamo and Lushomo Mwimba, and of course Rachel Nachula, to nip that one in the bud. Rafiat still pushing Oshoala now, and of course no go area from Rhoda Chilesha, and the yellow card comes out for
Finally,
the Zambian.
and you will notice that everyone will calm down now, because you know that you're at risk of getting a red card in this game. Not everyone, but I mean the player herself now. Because what kind of a tackle is that? You're not going for the ball, you're intentionally going for her leg. How she gets caution.
The first yellow
And the first yellow of the game, by the way.
game, Rhoda Chileshi. I think the Zambians are beginning to realize that this is not a stroll in the park, just like against Egypt.
If they've forgotten their defeats in the quarterfinals last time, I think they should have reminded them that they need to come out to play against these Nigerians. If they want to get anything.
We take the free kick for Nigeria. The Nigerians trying to organize themselves in the 18-yard box of Zambia. Ashidat Ajibade plies her trade with PSG in France, formerly with Atletico Madrid. And she takes it. What will Nigeria do with the ball?
Woo!
Nearly, but then wonderful one from our goalkeeper, Hazel Nani. Nigeria still in possession.
Again.
Nicely done by Rashidat Ajibade. And that pass to Uchenna Kanu. Nigeria no one greet today. Once beaten, forever shy. Nicely done there from Uchenna Kanu, and of course Rashidat Ajibade. Now to Deborah Abiodun, who gives to Rafiat. Rafiat sends it back to the main. Rafiat. That's one. That cross didn't go through at all. So Chegini, but then Osinachi Hale sends it out for a throw-in. So far, 19 minutes of play, and it's Nigeria 1, Zambia 0.
A very beautiful free kick routine, as you're seeing the replay on your screen right there. But the goalkeeper was really smart to get that before any Nigerian head would connect with the ball and get them 2 goals behind. I mean, still giving her team a fighting chance early on in this game.
The Zambia are shaking. Initially, in the first 3-4 minutes, they came out fighting, but in the process left the back open, and Nigeria capitalized. And of course, we saw that goal from Oshoala.
I mean, what killed us in the first game against Malawi was playing a very, very risky high line, and I think we also use that now to punish another team that is not careful about playing a high line when you know that they can be players with very, very deadly pace and strength to punish you for leaving your back exposed, and Nigeria actually used that same method to punish the Zambians this time around. I mean, that was the reason they considered the 3 goals they considered against Malawi, all from exposing the back line and of course exposing Nadozie right there. But Nigeria again still in possession this time around.
Nigeria, just like Joyce said, still in possession, but that particular one don't go out now for a throw-in to Nigeria. Michelle Alozie playing in her normal position, playing better than we saw in the last game against Malawi. Another giveaway by Nigeria, this time from Echegini. Nigeria sending that one in, but Nachula says not today. With a Nagi there, but then send it back to Rachel Nachula and Lushomo Mwimba.
I mean, it's been a very, very, balanced game in my opinion. The Zambians starting off on the front foot, and Nigeria now picking what is left of that momentum, getting that goal, but still holding on to it. We've not seen the Zambians be able to play or connect 2 to 3 passes in a goal together as a team. Is always just launching it to the Nigerian half from their own half. Whenever they get the goal kick, you just know that they've been rattled with that as that Oshoala goal. They didn't expect a goal in that particular fashion. And Nigeria coming close again through that free kick by Rashidat Ajibade. You know that now they are actually careful, and they still remember that as much as Nigeria lost their first game, they are still one of the favorites to win this competition. And now again they have to defend another set piece against Nigeria, and you can see everyone has fallen back, including Banda and Kudamanji, who are supposed to be in front trying to get goals.
Christy Ucheibe will take this one for Nigeria after that beautiful effort by Rashidat Ajibade. Zambia's Hazel Nali trying to organize, and that one straight to the hands of the Zambian goalkeeper.
And she's about to do it. Oh, the referee.
That would have been very funny. A foul on the goalkeeper of Zambia.
Yeah.
But very beautiful effort by Christy Ucheibe. Not too strong.
Not too strong, but a shot on target. Well, you count that as a shot on target for the Nigerian side.
And of course, remember, subscribe to vivxsports on YouTube. And you can also call us on 081-361-97658. Feel free to join us. And you can also drop your comment on our YouTube channel as well. We will read it live right here on vivxsports. That was no problem for Nadozie,
who came under a lot of scrutiny after that first game and has had to. I actually like the fact that she was the player that was picked to speak to the press in the pre-match press conference, and she has addressed a lot of things. And I like the fact that she spoke openly about her mental health too, and the fact that this is not how
the mental health reach after that horrendous
display by them. I mean, the fact that the team should not be judged by one bad game, and I mean, it's obvious that they've learned their lessons. You can see the way they are playing now. I mean, this is better than what we saw against Malawi. Now Malawi, there was no cohesion. There was no even definite style to what we were planning to do in that game. It was just bang 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 everywhere. But this particular time around, you can see that that there's a game plan and everyone is trying to work towards that game plan and try to execute it to the best of their ability. And so far, so good.
And that mistake from
Moran
Rofiat could cost Nigeria, but then that foul by Dimeji Dimehi Oluwatosin gets a yellow card for that challenge on Barbara Banda. And that will be an Osho free kick to Zambia. Uchebe telling Oluwatosin Dimehi to calm down, but then she misses the next match.
Yes, against
the last group game against Egypt. And that pass from Rachel Kundananji to Barbara Banda. And of course, the Nigerian defenders got to be very careful, especially very close to the 18-yard box. Wanjiku didn't waste time at all, flashed the yellow card.
Again, I really hope that her position will not be where the Zambians would use to exploit the Nigerians. Talking about Rofiat Imoran, who is still playing with a lot of nerves.
Through that particular side.
Exactly. That flank. She needs to be very careful there. And Rachel Kubumanji with, I think, 4 goals or 3 goals last edition, was on a very great run together with her partner there up front in Barbara Banda before it got stopped by the Nigerians. And she mentioned that they'll be back after that game. And here they are, trailing to the Nigerians. And she has
plenty movements there.
Yeah, she has opportunity to change things for her team and help get them back in the game. Will they be able to do that? Time will tell.
And referee Josephine Wanjiku trying to separate that fight between number 6 shirt for Zambia, Rhoda Chileshi, and of course Rofiat Imona. Lots of movement. They are checking for possible red card. And we will let you know when the check is over. But in the meantime, the referee trying to calm the storm in the 18-yard box of Nigeria. VAR checking for that Dimeyi foul on Barbara Banda. Check is still ongoing. Rashidat Ajibade having 1 or 2 talks with Josephine Wanjiku, the referee for this game.
But I'm still wondering why they are trying to check for a red, because I feel like it's too soft. Banda actually went down there too easily. She would have tried to, like, maybe the yellow was for caution, is still understandable there. But for a red card, doesn't look malicious. I'm trying to understand what the referee is trying to. Yeah, let's
and I don't think she's even the last woman.
I don't think so too.
I think Ajibade trying to point the referee to the VAR.
Because I mean,
to the VAR, yeah.
If there's any call for that, the referee should actually go check herself and see for herself.
I wanted to ask, why is Africa's VAR taking so long?
Well, not Africa. I think it's also has happened at the World Cup. It just
not this long.
Even the World Cup had long times too. Maybe not all games, but at the early stages in the all those.
But I think this is taking far too long.
Well,
30 minutes on the clock, and the VAR duo of Salima Mukosaga from Rwanda and of course Abdulaziz Yasser Ahmed of Sudan are still checking to see if Dimehi gets off lightly with the yellow card or if there is need for a possible red card. May I don't spoil this game. Don't spoil this game. But the check is still ongoing. Feel free to call us on 081 361 97658 and follow us live on YouTube, vivxsports on YouTube. Check is still ongoing. Calm before the storm.
She's going to the screen. I mean, it's crazy. I am still trying to understand what necessitates all of this. What is the essence of... Okay.
I don't think that's a red card offense, but what am I? Diego.
Again, what are they checking for? And why are they calling her to the screen to come and see?
She's doing her job. Finally, referee Josephine Wanjiku from Kenya is taking a look by herself. Oh, she's the last woman.
The contact was actually minimal. And oh my God. I don't even see her scoring from there because someone was already coming there.
And replay upon replay upon replay. The referee Wanjiku trying not to rob Peter to paper. To be an absolute, I wouldn't say disaster.
For the Nigerian side, it will be actually, because that would spoil their game plan, and it is still very early in this game against the side. Plus, they're also checking to see if she was offside. I mean, there's so much to check.
I think she's off. I think Barbara is off.
So the referee has considered a lot of things there before making her decision.
If she's
no
off,
foul,
they receive the yellow card.
No foul there.
I think she's reaching in for a red card. Okay, she's receding. I think she's receding the yellow, yes. Yellow card has been cancelled.
The man got her off from that one.
She's so lucky.
She's lucky. But I also think that the reason that was
she needs to be very careful. And she gets off, no foul, no Osho free kick, no red card, rescinded yellow card, and advantage Nigeria. Nigeria plays a free kick there. Nadozie Chamaka.
A free kick, goal kick actually.
It was placed outside.
Outside, well.
The 18-yard box. The Zambians still on the move. The Nigerian defense got to be very careful. And not Banda again.
Well, she's definitely the goal poacher for them. You would always expect.
This time, Oshoala, the culprit.
Again,
I don't know.
Banda is kind of like.
I don't know if they are trying to get the Nigerian girls sent off or something. Yes. I don't understand.
And it's causing fans to boo her in the stadium there. I mean, fair play, man. Fair play.
You know, when things are at stake here, the World Cup ticket is at stake.
I mean, but they have 3 points. They should go and battle it out with Malawi in the last game. Malawi have 6 points already.
And that's a free kick to Nigeria. That particular one from Irene Lungu. That foul on Asisat Oshoala. And she says, I did nothing.
Again, kudos to the center referee. As much as that check took long, the fact that when she got to the screen was when eventually she got to see that line, because I don't think they were not showing any line before she got there. She got
free kick taken. Nigeria sent it in, but no problem for Hazel Nali. And goal kick sharply taken there from Zambia.
Now on the counter, but
beautifully by Christy Uchebe. Nigeria on the move. Oh, that pass there.
After all that beautiful work,
I'm telling you.
But the Zambians have
That's the foul on Banda again.
This time someone gets a yellow, and it's Jennifer Guinea, I think.
I don't think it's Jennifer.
Jennifer wasn't walking away from her. I'm trying to see.
That's from Dimehi again. Wahala. Finally gets a yellow card again. I don't know what Banda is trying to do, but then a lot going on in this match, I tell you, plenty. And she still misses the next match, talking about Oluwatosin Dimehi. Got a yellow card earlier on, got it cancelled, got another one for an offense of the same player she got the receded yellow card against. The free kick to Zambia. Plenty movement. And Grace Chanda, I think she's their free kick specialist.
Yeah.
Waiting to take this one. Movement very close to the 18-yard box. This should be like about 30 yards out. And Banda complaining.
She's been
To the referee.
She's been complaining.
No, make them give her the whistle, make she blow.
She's been complaining.
Please,
this game.
When you can give her the whistle, let her stay in the middle.
You can see that Madugu is really pissed at the way that she is.
And the
She's
Nigerian
getting
defense,
away, yeah. She's getting
like
away
I
with a
said,
lot
you've
of-
got to be very careful.
Yeah.
Because any small thing, believe me, you'll give a penalty. Another possible red card again. Wahala. What is happening in this game? Another possible red card again. And of course, Josephine Wanjuku off to check the VAR screen again for a possible red card to Oluwatosin Dimehi, and that foul on Barbara Banda. And the Zambians are hopeful this time around. The last time it was offside positioning by the Zambian, and the yellow card was rescinded.
I mean, if she gets lucky to escape this, I think the coach should take her off immediately. If she gets this, if she survives this, he should take her off immediately.
Well, I think that.
But I also think that she's very far from goal, so I don't see why.
And the VAR keeps replaying over and over. Wahala. This is WrestleMania.
Tosin.
This is WrestleMania 39.
That's a red card.
And I think that's going to be
That's a red card.
a second yellow and a red.
That's a red card. She takes back the yellow. She takes back the yellow because it was a yellow she gave her, so it's a straight red card.
That's the second yellow and the red card. She already got a yellow card. And that is the end of Oluwatosin Dimehi's game here. And Wanjiku gave her the marching order to leave the field. Today is not looking too good for the Super Falcons, aside the goal by Oshoala.
What were you trying to do right there?
Nigeria playing with one woman down. She practically grabbed her. And so much for the Super Falcons to play for. Remember, the first game against Malawi, they lost 3-2. They cannot afford to lose this game or even draw.
And now with a woman
And our try to
down,
win would be
they will have to play.
the best option for them.
They will have to play about 50 minutes minus added time. That will roughly be over an
And
hour.
the Zambians now throwing in the balls into the 18-yard box of Nigeria. Oluwatosin Dimeyin being led away by two of our
Comfort
teammates.
and Francesca Odega into the tunnel and into the dressing room because
She should have known better.
Oh God! For someone at that level, and
Goal kick Nigeria.
would see players like Christie drop back to play more defensive roles now. Especially because the defense has been left open by Tosin, who is a central defender there. Thankfully for the team, Christie is a player who plays CB very well. She gets to play CB for Nigeria too. So she would be a makeshift defender instead of trying to dictate the play like in the midfield like I thought she would play all day today. And Nigeria will have to power through this game with a single player, but something that they can get done. Malawi won that game against Egypt with a red card by 3-1. Nigeria can also try to get a victory there.
Banda trying to go through Chebe, giving her a lot of problem there. Finally dispossessed
with support
by the
there.
Nigerian defense. Christy Chebe doing a fantastic job. And lays that long one to the legs of Kun.
It's
the way she played the ball, she made me even forget the girl name self. And as Oshoala trying to get to that particular one, but Nwimba, I think there's bad blood in this match.
It's very easy to get frustrated in a game like this. In a game where you are controlling.
There should be frustration because Nigeria beat them the last time by 5-0. They don't want a repeat of that. That 6-0 against Egypt is like, a boost to their ego. And now Nigeria is leading them 1-0. What do you expect? Everybody's angry on the field of play.
For the Nigerians, you can understand their frustration. Going from controlling the game now to working on a thread there after that matching order given to Blessing Oluwatosin Dimeyin for a foul on Banda, straight red. But now Nigeria has an opportunity to increase our lead with a corner that will be played by the captain Rashidat Ajibade, and we have players who can head the ball there. Uchenna Kanu, Oshoala, corner taking.
One of the oldest players in this tournament, Rachel Machula, 40 years old.
She broke a record the other day against Malawi. A record that was held.
Playing strong.
Yeah, a record that was held by. What kind of defending is this? A record that was held previously by Perpetua Kocha, of the player with the another yellow. Okay, was that
the Zambians not wasting time at all? That challenge on Belamo by Ajibade
gets a yellow.
Quickly gets up because now with Nigeria with one woman down, they have an opportunity waiting to be grabbed. And Rashidat Ajibade gets a yellow card for that challenge on Belemo. Nigeria, one of the favorites in this competition, 10 times winner. Beat Zambia 5-0 in the quarterfinals last year. Struggling to make ends meet in this tournament. lost to Zimbabwe 3-2. And now trying to get one past Zambia and get the whole 3 points, but the Zambians not making it easy for them at all. Rachel Kundanangi almost dispossessing Alozie. Managed to get the ball, but luckily for Nigeria, they were able to recover on time and send that one out. The oldest player, Nachula, jersey number 20, and the dignitaries, even though say stadium empty where dignitaries still showed up. Another throw into Nigeria. Alozie sharply taken, but then sent out again by Zambia.
I was wondering why the Zambian player was running to go take the throw in there. I mean, it was obviously Nigerian throw.
And the Nigerian supporters not giving up hope even with one woman down. Alozie taking a long one there. Headed up by Zambia. Echegini back to Alozie. Alozie sent it in, but then blocked there by Nachula. That would be a corner to Nigeria. Our Pigeon people say no be who first score goal or who first score police they win case. I don't even know how I want to take this Nigeria on. It's one it's one man down. We still need to call police again. But then Rashida Tajibade to take it. Quickly taking their opportunity.
Ooh, that was almost an own goal there.
Very good one there from Nigeria. From Oshoala.
Again, like I said, she likes to score against Zambia, and she was trying her luck one more time.
Very beautiful effort.
And then she's complaining of a foul, of an air ball.
I give her elbow.
Ooh,
I think she ran into
the player,
the Zambian defender. But I'm glad our coach, Justin Madugu, finally on his feet. Yeah. In the last game against Malawi, perhaps just sit down, they think, don't know what he's thinking about. But this time around on his feet, backing instructions and orders. Another corner to Nigeria. Rashida Tajibade to take it.
She will work her socks out today.
I'm telling you.
Taking corners from both sides.
Ooh. Oh, that one poorly.
I think that was Echegini there.
Very, very poor. Well, good corner, but poor delivery there.
But that was the goal of the game, the only goal of the game so far, and an assist by Ajibade. So you understand that she's really instrumental to whatever.
Banda. Zambia on the move. That clearance.
Whatever kind of defending the Nigerians are doing, well, as long as they did not concede, you will understand that.
Oh, on her head. Oh, I think she should get a red or a yellow as well. Yes, what is good for Uganda is good for Kenya. That challenge
that was on Ohale, but
Oshoala was uncalled for. I don't know why they're not checking for that. That was stuck to the head. But then it all boils down to Wanjiku and her team to decide who goes off or who stays on. That goal again from Asisat Oshoala, giving Nigeria that hope that they can still do something from that group.
But they should be There should be a call there.
There should be.
That should have gotten a VAR call too. I mean,
And both players still receiving treatment.
Yeah,
Uchebe and Oshoala.
we have 2 more minutes to go out of the 7 minutes.
This one no come watch match. They press full.
I mean, there's nothing going on the pitch right now.
Yes.
As play has been stopped, so I mean, she would like to check what conversations are about.
And Wanchiku making sure everything is done the right way, asking the Nigerian medics and of course the player in question is Watchalong to leave the pitch for play to continue. I don't think she can afford to stay much longer on the sideline, considering the fact we are already down with 10 women. Already down by 10 women. And that challenge again from Banda. Kai. Boy,
But that was stored to the face.
I'm telling you. But no yellow card, no reprimand, nothing. And play continues right there in Al Madina Stadium in Rabat. Chenakalu losing that one, couldn't control it. Back to Belemu. Nachula headed out there by Deborah Abiodun. Rafiat trying to hold her own against Blessing Maluba. I think that would be a yellow card to Lunga or Lungu. Very physical game, by the way, from both sides. Referee Josephine having a field day with this. Another challenge from number 14 shirt Mulungu on Echegini, and I think she finally got a yellow card for that challenge. Yes, she did. Irene Lungu. Nigeria takes the free kick sharply. Koranaji there, headed out there by Watchalong. Deborah Abiodun plays that one into the leg of Belemu. Abiodun again gives it to Uchenakanu. Uchenakanu to Rafiat Amuran, but then Koranaji did not allow her to drink water drop cup.
Corner for Nigeria. Oh, how's that a goal kick?
That should be a goal kick.
I thought she touched the ball there. Okay, she
45 minutes on the clock, 7 minutes extra given.
And we've played.
Or in PG parlance, we say Jara time.
We've played about 9 minutes, 8+ minutes, and the referee finally brings the goal. The game.
And that's the end of the first 45 minutes of the game between Nigeria and Zambia. Nigeria leads 1-0 in this first 45 minutes. Lots of drama, lots of yellow cards, but then Nigeria survives the first 45 minutes against Zambia despite the sending off of Dimehi, Oluwatosin Dimehi. And the girls have gathered, so we'll take a break. And when we come back, remember our number 081 361 97658. And don't forget, you can also join us live on vivxsports on YouTube. We'll be right back for the second 45 minutes.
And of course, we have Kenya and Algeria. Morocco and Senegal are familiar with one another in the last 1 year, 6 months thereabouts, because they've met twice. The first time they met in Casablanca in a friendly. Morocco actually pummeled Senegal by 7-0 in Casablanca. But the next time they will be meeting was going to be at the Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco also, that was held in 2025, that's the 2024 edition, and it took a penalty in the first half to give Morocco all 3 points in their Group A game. Now they'll be meeting for the third time. Will the third time be the champ for the Teranga Lionesses of Senegal? We'll wait to see that particular one. You also know that outside women's football, there is the focus for a lot of fans from both countries concerning what will happen this time around after what happened in the men's game in the finals that was played earlier on this year. Away from them, it's Kenya. Kenya are coming into these competitions with a lot of young bees, according to their coach, trying to transition them into the team. A lot of under 20 girls would be making their debut. Are they going to be the punching bag of this group with heavyweights like Senegal, like Algeria, like Morocco, who have all at least gotten to the quarterfinals in the last 3 editions? We'll wait to see. And of course, there's no prize for guessing. Algeria is the final team in this group. Algeria would be coming into this one after making back-to-back quarterfinals for them. Same thing happened for Senegal, back-to-back quarterfinals, and they would want to do one better, but they'll have to go past Kenya, go past Algeria, and that foe in Morocco. What will happen in this group? Let us know in the comment section.
We'll be taking a look at Group B, comprising of South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and of course, Tanzania. For the South Africans, they've always believed that they have more to offer when it comes to the Wafcon. And don't forget that they've already made 2 appearances at the World Cup. And this time around, they're having a lot of things at stake. Not just winning the trophy, but also qualifying for the World Cup in Brazil come 2027. They'll be looking up to a particular lady, talking about Linda Maserama Mathalu, to help them with this journey. Cote d'Ivoire will be making a return after so many absences at the Wafcon. And of course, the last time they were there was in 2014, and that was when they were third, beating the same South Africa to end that spot and of course qualify for Canada 2015. And this time around, they'll be looking to make it better. And for Reynard Pedro and his side, they will want to go one better. And one lady they will be looking up to is none other than Rosamond Kausi. And she currently plies her trade in the United States of America with Washington Spirit. For Burkina Faso, 4 years after they made their historic appearance at the Wafcon, they'll be making a return this time around. And this time, possibly, maybe they can get out of their group and, of course, who knows, make it to the World Cup. But then it all boils down to beating South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, and Tanzania, and, of course, getting out of that group before progression. One particular player that they'll be looking up to make this possible for them is none other than Adel Kabri. And for the Tanzanian women national team, all nicknamed Twiga Stars, this will be their 3rd appearance at the Wafcon. And of course, they've not had it so good in the Wafcon because they were there in 2010. They lost all group games. They were there in 2024. They lost all group games except for a draw against same South Africa. It's like a familiar foe in that group. And of course, they'll be looking to do one better also. They'll be looking to better their previous 2 appearances results, and of course, possibly maybe qualify Tanzania for their first ever Women's World Cup. One lady that they'll be looking up to also make this happen is none other than Clara Luvanga, and she plies her trade right there in the Saudi Women's League with Al Nassr. What does it about Group B? What do you think? Let's know in the comment section.
Yes, we are active, ladies and gentlemen, mortals and celestials, mamas and papas. vivxsports, we don't show again, and this is the time for us to focus and look into Group C. Now, my name is Chief Swadi, they call me the Energy Chief, and relay for me to talk about this particular group. Not just because that they work out for their 11th or 12th, depending on who you ask. Wafcon title, I'm talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. But also because in this group, we also have potential revenge mission and drama bass boost. Undertakers in this group. We have Zambia, where they beat 5 times for inside Labizuli for inside Casablanca. And guess what? They are going back there again to face those girls. Banda is back. Banda don't start a score. He don't the assist. She had a bit of draw last year towards the ending, but now she's getting a reading Makulayo again. And that's not even the biggest problem there. They have Resha Kundanaji, the woman who can run from back and carry ball through center and still get a leg to give it a strong pull-up power. So that's a group that is very attacking, very dogged, but I feel like the Nigerians still have an advantage. On the other side, the Lady Pharaohs. Fantastic stuff. This na babes when say a couple of times they come to the Wafcon, they flatter to deceive as Okpo go like to talk, and they have 1 or 2 fair players when they try for them. So I feel like these ones, they are instinctive, they will play in a conservative way, but they don't have enough firepower because in this group, see, the last persons I want to talk about now, the biggest danger when we get for Africa. They have been the most consistently attacking, aggressively attacking side for the past 7 years. The only problem I say, they be like Eriga, they be underground. You know say that they pop for streets. Now when you enter party for Kosafa, now you can't know how their matter be. I'm talking about Malawi. And the biggest thing about Malawi is the blessing they have with the Shawinga sisters. I'm talking about Temwa and Tabita. But don't forget, we have a sister Oshoala. We have Rashida Tajibade. We have Esther Korokwo. And guess what? Rinsola has been scoring back to back. Monday Gift, one of the biggest productive players in the northern part of North America. She's back in the mix. And Justin Madugu is a guy that understands how to build slowly but gather momentum. So I will say, fingers crossed, my people. Somebody say power. Thank you. The Super Falcons will come out of this group. But if you ask me, who go follow them, a Malawian side might just upset a Zambian side. Let me know what you think and jump on top of this train. We'll get this show going. Marco!
All right, guys, welcome back from that short break that we took. And of course, before the half-time break, a lot of drama between Nigeria and, of course, Zambia. Receded a yellow card, a given yellow card, then a receded yellow card, a given red card. Drama all the way through. But then, Joy, the drama, the physicality of this game.
It was something that I was expecting to come into this game. I was expecting a lot of drama, maybe not this kind of drama, but I mean, I knew that both sides, like I said when we started the show, I was so happy that this was the game that I was put on for the schedule for this group stage games, because I knew that it was a top game. Let's forget the fact that the last time they met, Nigeria beat them 5-0. This was always going to be a top game. I mean, going into that game where we won 5-0, Nigerians were also scared of the Zambian side, but that particular day was just a field day for the Nigerians. So coming into this one, you know that you are meeting a side that is coming on a very, very high level of confidence after winning by 6-0 against Egypt in their first game, and you lost your first game. So morale was down for the Nigerians, high for the Zambians. So it was something you had to come out all out to watch. And then the Nigerians coming into this one knew they had to start on the front foot, which they did. And that was when the drama started, because tackles upon tackles, which a lot of people will argue that the Nigerians were kind of not getting the calls they should have gotten earlier on, before the incident between Tosin and the first challenge and the second challenge.
Talking about that incident, do you think Tosin didn't learn from the first time?
I think she didn't learn. The first one was obviously not supposed to be a yellow card, because first of all, it was offside. Secondly, it was a soft challenge. So if maybe the referee decided to give a yellow, I don't think the VAR would have called her for a yellow card, but the VAR was deciding to give a red, and she had to go look and justifiably took out that yellow, because she saw that what she called was not what she was supposed to call. Kudos to her for that. But Tosin, a defender at that level, if it was Rafia that did that challenge, now I wouldn't even fault her because she had a very bad game, but you excuse it as being her debut. I mean, but Tosin played against the Zambian side, even scored against them in the last Wafcon. So what exactly are you dragging Banda for? Just seconds after you escaped getting a yellow card that would have made you miss the next game due to multiple yellow cards, and then all of a sudden things changed when the VAR called for a check again, and then you was caught red-handed. That was a very bad tackle to make. Number one, from the place where Banda is, you would first of all try to fancy your chances and see if she'll be able to get to the box, because she was not even close to the box in any way. You were doing that 30 yards away from your goalkeeper. What is wrong with you? And now Nigeria is going to play at the back foot for 45 minutes at least, because we're still going to get minutes at a time, and they will have to
Let's look at Rafiat Immoran. First Wafcon debut, and somehow struggling at the back, struggling to hold the likes of
Kulamanji
exactly,
and Banda,
Kulamanji and the Banda.
Yeah, it's expected. Like I said, coming into this game, just like going into that game against Malawi, everyone knew that the players to fear in that team were the Chawinga sisters in Temwa and Tabita, and obviously we could see why everyone was scared of them. Same thing in this game too. When everyone is going to play against Zambia, they will say Rachel Kulamanji, Barbara Banda, and you're seeing why it is those players that should be feared in this team. But I mean, it's her first game. So far so good. Nigeria is yet to concede, so I think that she still gets a break because of the kind of quality we are playing, or the kind of quality she's facing. If she was going to start against a team, maybe she got to start against Egypt and should have been eased into the tournament, but right now there's no time to ease her in because it's a make or mark game for Nigeria as it is. Still 45 minutes plus to play, and Nigeria still holding a slim win. And if they see this one out, maybe
can Nigeria beat Zambia at this point?
At this point, it is still possible. After that red card, we could see that the Nigerians, we are still trying to hold on to the ball, try to break on the counter. And also, we've gotten a couple of set pieces from corners and even free kicks after that red card happened. And if there's something, that is where I think the game will be won for us. If we are going to get more goals, by the way, because I predicted 3-1, which I think might end up still happening, because now that we are a woman down, it's possible for the Zambians capitalize on that and maybe try to get a goal. But with the set pieces, which is what I think the coach should be looking forward to try to get people that he would throw to hold the defense, and also get someone that would help run the counter, run on the counter if we get the ball. Talking about someone like Gifts Monday, who is very fast on her feet and would be able to disturb the back line of the Zambians, because if they get so much time on the ball, it won't take time before we crack at the back if they keep loading our defense. But if we always have someone who is always terrorizing them up front, they'll also have to try to sit back a bit and give breathing space, because right now with 9 outfield players, it's going to be a quite difficult game for the Nigerians for the next 45 minutes.
All right, and of course you can join us. We want to hear from you. Can Nigeria hold on hold on to their life? And of course, if you are Coach Madugu, what will you tell your players at this point? Playing with 10 women, what would you tell your players to do?
Well, I think I'll just collaborate on my last point. I think it is very important for there's a change for the Zambians.
Roda Chilesha going out.
Okay.
For number 22 shirt, NLS Philly.
And it's a caution from Coach Nora there, saying that she's also on a yellow card and might be risking getting a red card. So because she has been really nasty with her challenges too, but has only been given a yellow. So she's safe, and they would regroup there with the new player coming into the fold. Nigeria with no changes, I think, coming into this one. No changes so far. No halftime change, by the way, I want to say, because I mean there's a halftime change for Zambia. Coming into this game again, like I said, hold on till probably the 65th or 70th minute where we get runners on the ball. I'm still unconvinced by what Kano has done today. She looked more sharper when she came off the bench in the first game. So bringing in players that would hit on the counter, give the Zambians something to think about when they are in the box. Players that will run with the ball, who can keep the ball on their feet, who can attack. In Gifts Monday, in the likes of Joy Omewa, who is on the bench, gets those runners too, and then of course fortify the defense. But we'll be back.
Second half, thank you so much, Joy. Second half about to start, and the Nigerians will start this one. Oshoala already in the middle, now playing from left to right, and of course the Zambians from right to left. So far in the first 45 minutes, total shots 5 for Nigeria, no shots for Zambia, 3 shots on goal for Nigeria, none for Zambia, and 4 corners for Nigeria, none for Zambia. Will this second half be any different for Nigeria or Zambia? Let us know. Get on board. You can hit that subscription button, and of course join vivxsports. Yes, the second half kicks off right there in Al Madina Stadium in Rabat, Morocco, as the second 45 minutes officially starts right there. Yes, you can join us via vivxsports on YouTube. Just hit that notification button as well, so that anytime we come on, you'll definitely be able to join us live. And of course, leave your comment. We want to hear from you. We want to read what you have to say about this game. Remember the substitution, as Chilishe goes out, and of course Firi comes in for Zambia. No change so far for Nigeria, and of course just a change for Zambia. Second 45 minutes on the way, and just like Joy said, there is hope.
There's hope. I mean, the fact that they've gotten a goal already definitely gives them the upper hand. If Zambia fails to score despite everything that they would try to launch towards the Nigerian defense, Nigeria will just run away with a 1-0 win in this game. So now it is still Zambians chasing the game at this point, and they'll be looking to come back and turn things around in the second half.
Another throw from Nachula, a long one this time to Banda.
Kudamanji this time around.
Nanjieso, and of course cleared away by Echegini. Nigeria trying not to concede and trying to get their acts together after being a woman down.
Not the best starts to the tournament for the 10-time champions and the defending champions.
Very good control there from Rashidat Ajibade. Slides that one in to connect to Oshoala.
Okay, like I said,
good work there from number 3 shirt Lushanbu Mwemba.
And that turn.
Very good control.
Control and turn there.
The turn. Even Lungu was like, how did she get away?
Where you understand why she's playing for what is it? This referee, what is it?
And Deborah Biodu with another foul on Banda. It's all about Banda, the lady who scored 4 goals against Egypt. Had a hand in 5 of those goals. Had an assist. And currently the tournament top scorer.
I'll try top scorer, by the way. Think
that is in this tournament.
I'm saying I'll try top scorer right now. Those next to her, the next person next to her I can remember is on 3 goals, and that is Temwa and Chiwanga, who scored today, by the way, against the same Egypt, and had 2 goals against Nigeria to raise our tally to 3 so far. Banda is going to be looking for more goals. One of those goals would be important if it comes today against Nigeria, as they are chasing the game. Looks like Kundemanji is the one that will take this set piece. Chanda is also standing close by, but Rachel will take, and Nadozie would punch, and that will be a corner.
First corner for Zambia. Recorded no corner in the first 45 minutes. Finally gets a corner in this second half. Taking, headed out there. Blocked by the Nigerian side. Zambia still trying to see if they could get one past Nadozie Chiamaka, but unfortunately goes wide.
Very good free kick too. But Nadozie read that well. This was going to bend it in like Beckham, but sorry, this lady plays in the control.
Finally, Nigeria
makes a change.
About to make a change. Yes, Rafiat Imora will move out for Nigeria's number 24 shirt, Oladipo.
It's going to be really interesting. Oladipo struggled in that position the last time out. But now I don't think we'll be playing outright 4 at the back now. It's more like 5 at the back with the woman down. Uchebe will drop into defending duties. Shukurat, who won the best defender in Italy last season, by the way, where she won the league and the League Cup with AS Roma Feminine, is also on the pitch right now, replacing debutant Rafiat Simora, who plays for London City Lionesses. Shukrat also started from the bench the last time we played Zambia. Was not a starter in this team. I mean,
Oshoala, the only lone woman up front for Nigeria.
Surprisingly, that we have just had there with Kanu on the pitch.
Kanu trying to pursue that particular one, but the Zambians not taking any chances.
You
the prolific striker.
You can see why they have an advantage there with that.
Michelle Alozie, Rashida Tajibadi, Oladipo showing herself, unfortunately giving that ball away to Nachula, finally recovering it and sending it out again for a throw into Zambia.
Well, great work by Rashida there to help out in defensive duties and assist Shukrat. Shukrat is thrown into the action almost immediately, coming in, and you expect more of that, seeing that Nigeria is a player down.
Another clearance there from number 3 shirt, Leshomo Mwemba. It's been a fantastic fun for Zambia so far in the defense.
Definitely. You can see her coach not really exciting despite the shift put there, because this will be her second defeat to Nigeria if this games ends like this in just about 12
Nigeria
months.
With another giveaway. Nachula almost gave that one away but recovered. Deborah Abiodun straight down to Michelle Alozie. Alozie nearly gives it away. Deborah Abiodun to Rashida Tajibade. She manages to latch onto the ball, sends that one in, but then straight to the hands of goalkeeper Hazel Nali, who takes a long one out. Michelle Alozie heading it. In the process, I think she injured herself, still on the floor. A referee says play on, but finally I think she calls a stop to check on the Nigerian defender, who by the way collided with number 25 shirt Priska Chelufia. Very physical game.
Really physical. The Zambians brought it out to the Nigerians today, and the little bit of physicality by the Nigerians was punished harshly initially, but correctly the second time. And right now they've chosen to play a more tactical game than the show of muscle, because the last time they showed muscle, someone was sent off, and
that poor throw there from Michelle Alozie, that one no be a matter. And of course, referee Wanjiku points for a goal kick. Zambia takes it. Nachula. Nigeria still holding on to their own. Nigeria, Jibade couldn't hold on for much longer, and of course that one was parried away by NLS Fury. Michelle Alozie with the ball. Sent it straight to Uchenna Kanu. Kanu trying to wriggle her way through. She managed to do that! Oh! That one was way over the bar. But great effort by the Nigerians.
Yeah, great run from Michelle Alozie there.
Shows everybody's pulling
Their
her
weight.
weight. Yes, everybody.
Again, you would. Oh, that was
Asisat
Asisat
Oshoala.
Great effort by the woman with the only goal so far. What kind of?
I don't understand what happened there between Sinachi Hale and of course Nadozie Chiamaka, but then they had to give away a corner, second corner for Zambia, by the way. Had to give away a corner to protect their lead. But very, very dicey situation. This one no be anywhere but left face again. Zambia takes it, another corner. Poor clearance there from Nigeria. Chanda.
There's been a day of red cards. Malawi also got a red card in their game, but managed to run away winners 3-1. Not managed actually. They actually have played the Egyptians despite having a red. Nigeria is leading with their own red card too, but they are a long way from home.
Chanda takes another one. Oh! Very wonderful piece of goalkeeping by Chiamaka Nadozie, preventing that particular effort from getting into the Nigerian net. But it's not yet over as the Zambians keep pressing.
What kind of clearance is this? You are not clear.
Rashida Tajibade straight down to Uchenna Kanu, who makes a run, decides to go back, makes a run, decides to go back.
No, there's no.
Two players on her. She manages to wriggle her way through.
Very beautiful piece of play there.
Oh, but then sends it.
To the wrong color of shirt.
It's like she's playing for the Zambians. The shirts are very distinct now. This one is orange, this one is green. But good effort from Nadozie Chiamaka. Had some touch to that ball. Luckily for Uchenna Kanu, a free kick there for Nigeria. And Nigerian supporters, not much, but still supporting the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Michelle Alozie to take it, sent it right in, headed out there by Wimba Firi.
That should be
To Nachula.
That should the referee signal.
Referee says play on.
That should be a foul.
Player down for Nigeria. The Zambians
That pace. That
not
pace.
ready to slow down. Firi takes it in. Opportunity there, but then Nadozie Chiamaka to the rescue.
Reads it well.
Jibade finally on her knees, not feet, because she's still crouching down on the ground. That hand to the face from Firi. We're talking like one teacher. Our players go they talking like
Small but mighty there.
our player go they talking like this. Reminds me of Rodri. Always talking in. Nigeria still holding their own against Zambia. 59 minutes. Still 1-0 in favor of the Falcons. Another foul there from Ajibade on 40-year-old Nachula.
Everybody also has to be careful. See that
She's already
calls,
on yellow.
yeah, the calls are going against the Nigerians more. So every Nigerian player should be careful, especially if you're on a
Nicely
yellow
done
card.
there from Oladipo to Rashida Tajibade, who sent it to Oshoala, trying to hold her own. Back
Holds
to Ajibade, turns. Foul there
That is a foul.
from Nachula. And that will be a free kick to Nigeria. Beautiful turning by Nigeria's keeper. You don't show that Nachula Pepe today. Hey, see the turning. Now you say you go nowhere. Referee said, I saw this evil. It's a free kick. Nigerian supporters on their feet, waiting patiently and hoping that Nigeria gets a win today, or else whether not joy will climb the hill for them, I never know. And of course, Hazel Nali trying to organize her walks. Belemu, I think Echengini will take this one for Nigeria.
It's a position that someone else, I think, could have fancied. And Esther Okoronko takes good set pieces too. Might
Takes it. Oh!
just missed there. But again,
And Banda trying to create a counter-attack for Zambia. But unfortunately, another free kick there. And this time around, Deborah Abiodun, foul on Firi. Great call there from referee Josephine Wanjiku of Kenya. But so far, the officiating,
well,
this has been fair.
not really. I just think that she's gotten some calls right, but on the half of fair, I don't think she has been fair to the Nigerians so far. But
Are you saying this as a Nigerian?
not necessarily as Nigerian. I mean, when I see 50-50 calls, I know that 50-50 calls can go either way, but the protection of the players is what I clamored for before we even got a red card in this game, and I think players like Ajibade have been on.
Jibade holding her own straight to Oladupo, who sent it in. And another foul there from Deborah Abiodun. Referee says play on. Another foul again, this time on Banda. Christy Uchebe. No, let Banda drink water, drop cup. Finally, Katongo, yay! Really, Naga is coming in. Lungu out.
A great shift from her, I would like to say. Lungu there,
And of course,
she gets the handshake of her teammates there.
Martha Katongo in. Is it Martha? Evelyn Katongo. Evelyn Katongo, jersey number 12.
The Nigerians still holding on to their very.
Hey, see the elbow to the face. And referee says play on.
See what I was saying about being
Okay, good.
about being unfair, and not necessarily the fouls, but I mean that was a very bad challenge to the player there.
The fact that Nigeria
Not
is even playing much better than they did when they were complete. Because they're holding their own.
They are
against
holding their
Zambia.
own again.
And that challenge from Maluba. And referee says play on. Can Nigeria hold on? Can they score more goals? Can they beat Zambia with 10 women? Please let us know. The numbers to call is 081-361-97658. I'll say it once again, 081-361-97658. You can also join us live on vivxsports on YouTube. Don't forget to click that notification button. Another shot taken there by...
Blocked by Nigerian. Shot by Nigerian, blocked by Echegini.
A corner kick. Very well done there by Echegini. And of course, number 8 Bagrebelemu stands no chance against the Nigerian. Jennifer Echegini. And that would be another corner to Nigeria. They don't play 65 minutes. Nigeria still the ginger. Rashidat Ajibade to take the corner. All hands on deck. Asato Oshoala. Kundanangi not giving Uche Nakanu any breathing space. Remember, she scored against Malawi in Nigeria's opening game of Group C. Sent in there, but then no problem for Lushomo. And that challenge on Osinachi Hale by goalkeeper Nali. I think this one is on Nali. I don't think Osinachi or Hale even came close, but then the referee makes the call, and that would be a throw-in to Zambia. I don't understand.
That should have... Ohali was not going to get the ball, but that foul in the box is something that should have been looked at. But, like I said, not being fortunate to get many of the calls their way, and will have to play their sock off to get this win. The Zambians are on the attack again with
Naji on the move, trying to take a shot. And that one goes over. Nigeria making sure that Zambia never gets the opportunity to shoot their shots. I still don't understand this call.
VAR is obvious. That's a penalty. VAR is obviously not. Check what?
And she's saying check it, their coach. Double substitutions, Ihezuo, and of course
Oshoala is.
Ayinde. Oshoala is out, giving Nigeria the lead earlier, the first 45 minutes.
That's the goal. Beauty there by Oshoala, proving that she is still someone you should not underestimate when it concerns
Oladipo with the clearance,
scoring.
not taking any chances at all.
Number 8 scoring in the 8th minute, and now she's out in the 68th minute.
Oladipo again. So Rashidat Ajibade sent that one across to connect to Ihezuo, who just came in for Nigeria. Came in for Oshoala. Talking about Chinwendu Ihezuo. Twice her trade in Mexico. I think with Pachuca.
Yeah, where she won the league last season. And was very instrumental to Nigeria winning last time. Had a very great run at the last Wafcon. But we have to mention
Oshoala
that
sporting the number 8 shirt, scoring on the 8th minute. That is history. 08136197658. Feel free to drop your messages on our YouTube channel and your take on the game between Nigeria and Zambia.
That looks off. Why would you
And that particular one from Chinwendu.
It looked off, but why would you miss from there?
But the flags are down.
Oh, I raised the flag up. She was off, way off. VAR would have been intervened. But peradventure,
I don't know why they allow players to do this.
Well,
keep the flags up. Since the flags are down, had no business missing that one. Over 15 shirt, 25 shirt for Zambia. Talking about Priska Chilufi has gone out for Chipasa. Zambia coming on strong there. Referee say no penalty play on. Messi Chipasula. Less than 20 minutes to be played in this regular time. Nicely defended by Belemu. That effort from Firi. But then Alozie, very experienced there. Raising two hands like who they won't carry. Ladipo trying to hold on from Chipusala.
After the first 2-3 minutes where she came in and was a little bit rattled, you can see that Oladipo has settled into this game and you understand.
At least some improvement from the last game.
Again, that was not her preferred position. So
yes, I know.
I'm going to argue it everywhere with everybody that tried to use that to judge her. But yes, I'm talking about even when she came in, she had a little bit of nerves when she came on to replace Moran, but she has settled in so far and has definitely put in a very good shift, and she would have to continue to do that and even more if Nigeria will hang on to this one goal lead, because it's looking like this is the only goal they will score in this game.
The Zambians keep pressing, trying to. That hit on Rashidat Ajibade by Chanda. I think the cards are made only for Nigerians.
That's what I was saying. Like, it is so obvious.
I don't want to be biased, but the truth.
It's so obvious.
That should have been a carded offense.
Oh my God.
But referee Josephine decide, Nadozie.
Well, she got it right.
Chegini trying to go through, manages to go, but then hacked down.
Please bring out the card.
Still no card?
No, there has to
finally,
be a card now.
Number 12 shirt for Zambia. Everin Katongo. Katongo, yeah.
The substitute coming in to cause trouble. I mean...
Already a very physical game, but then still more physical. It doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Everin Katongo gets a yellow card for her challenge on Jennifer Ichegini. Push a free kick to Nigeria. Michelle Alozie to take it. Sends it in. Opportunity for Nigeria. Oh! That's header, but then into the leg of Balemu. But I think Nigerian player is down. Talking about the blue-haired girl, Captain Rasheedat Ajibade. The Zambians are not happy. Complaining of time wasting. Ihezuo with that header, and Belemo with that final touch into the hands of goalkeeper Hazel Nali. Zambians still building up from left to right, trying to come back into this game, trying to see if they could come from behind Ihezuo.
Ihezuo should have headed that ball, and let's hope that they will not regret it now.
And Uchenna Kanu loses that one to the Zambians.
As every time the Zambians
on rampage
have possession, Nigerians are definitely in trouble.
Zambians still pushing, sending that one in, cleared away by Ucheibe. Still piling on the pressure on Nigeria. And that will be a goal kick. Wonderful job there from Michel Alozie. And of course, denying number 8 shed Margaret Belamo the opportunity to cross that one into the 18-yard box of Nigeria. Knights don't come from Morocco. Nobody they work out for the stadium. Only the players and of course people will come watch match. Nobody there outside the game.
Nigeria also hold on for 14 plus minutes in this game, and they would run away 1-0 winners despite playing over 60 minutes with a man down or a player down. But Zambia will continue to pile pressure on this team.
Nobody's fault. I think she pulled the muzzle.
Yes, and Nigeria will try to capitalize on that.
Nigeria trying to capitalize. Nigeria still in control.
Why go back? Why go back?
Sending that one in. Zambia scrambling around. Rasheedat trying to send that one in, but then 2 defenders on her. She manages to get the ball and leaves it to Oladipo. Oladipo still moving. Oladipo crosses it in. Nigeria, but no problem for goalkeeper Nali. Banda. Referee say play on. I see no evil. I blow no evil. Rasheedat Ajibade half down.
And Ajibade was actually
by
pointing at some point.
Napalusa. I hope I got her name correct.
Looks like Rachel Kudamanji.
Chipasula.
Yeah, Kudamanji is signaling for a change that she can't continue. She pulled her muscle, like you said.
Make she go rest. Nobody do am. She fell on her own. Nobody came close.
It's painful.
Mupopo about to come in. Change for Zambia. Number 9 shirt, Kabange Mupopo. And finally, Recha Kundanaji goes out for Mupopo to come in. Mupopo.
It sounds like Limpopo.
I'm telling you.
But, I mean...
Kabange. And of course, that challenge on Ajibade would end Nigeria. And also free kick there. Nigeria playing with 10 women since the first half. And proving to be a hard nut to crack. No problem for goalkeeper Hazel Nali. Good control there from Banda. But no match for Ucheibe, who had kept her under check. since taking up the defensive role after the sending off of Dimei. Zambia still in control. Katongo sending that one in, but then headed out by Nigeria's defense. Throwing to Zambia, and of course they send that one in, throwing to Nigeria now.
Really great shift.
80 minutes
the Nigerians
on the clock. 10 more minutes of regular time to be played. Can Nigeria hold on? Can Nigeria beat Zambia? Can Nigeria insert herself back into the race, into the knockout stages? The question remains as the Super Falcons of Nigeria are trying to fight back from their 3-2 defeat against Malawi. Belemu, another change. Finally, Esther Korokwa coming in.
and it's Uchenna Kanu who
goes
way.
out.
She's told to hasten her steps by the referee, and Esther Ijoma Oporokor, who also had an assist against the Zambian side the last time she faced them.
Star of the Nations Cup and still starred in the World Cup as well. Esther Okoronkwo had a very bad game against Malawi, and of course today she started from the bench. And Alozie falling off, and of course leaving a place open. That will be a goal kick. Very good job from Christian Chebe
to Banda. This particular
She's
half,
been fantastic.
she held her
Since
ground
the
against.
first half, she's been
I
fantastic.
mean, since she
Keeping
moved
Banda.
back to
I don't know why they didn't leave her for
defensive
Banda in the
duty.
first place. The man, he couldn't hold Banda.
Well, she is not supposed to be a central defender.
But then when push comes to shove, she had
She
to.
had to.
Yes,
Again, like I said, playing her in her rightful position at midfield.
Banda needed a rocket defender on her, and of course, Alozie still on the floor,
Oh dear.
being attended to by the medics. I think Fury.
Another foul that was not called. Oh, on her head too, and she was told to continue.
I don't know the physicality of the Zambians, and yet so many calls not going the way they should. But then, just like I said, it all boils down to Josephine Wanjiku, the woman from Kenya, the woman in the middle. And they look at that beautiful goal by Asisat Oshoala on the 8th minute
The only
of this
goal
encounter.
of this game so far. And of course, that role to remind everyone of who she is and why she is the most decorated African player in terms of personal awards. With 6 African Players of the Year. Looks like Chinwe. That's Michelle Alozie might not continue this game with that. But she'll go to the side.
Nigeria now playing down to 9 women. And of course, Zambia will be looking to capitalize. Esther Korokwa with the ball, holding her own against Fury. Fury sends that one out for a throw-in. And the medics still trying to see if Michelle Alozie can continue. Korokwa. And that one goes out. Throwing quickly taken by the Zambians.
With just 8 outfield players right now, man.
Okoronkwo trying to hold on to that ball, unfortunately couldn't control it. And the Zambians back in control. Goalkeeper Nali Straight to Malebu. That one on to number 12 shirt. Katongo. Zambians with a cross, but then blocked by Ucheibe. Another corner to Zambia. And the support from the Nigerian, the small supporters where they get. Sharply taking Firi to Chanda. And the referee say, take it again. I didn't authorize that particular one. I think Michelle is back, yes. Or not.
I'm trying to see her.
The Zambians trying to take a shot from outside, but no problem for Chiamaka Nadozie. Very weak shot anyway.
Weak, but I mean, you have to be very careful. Just one sneak of the attack is what would dampen whatever
And of
fight.
course, another foul on Esther Okonkwo this time around from Margaret Belamu. Chanda trying to catch Nadozie off guard there, but you know, no say Nadozie now Omalize the busu. Nadozie to take that free kick, and of course the Nigerian bench still warming up. Rashidat Ajibade
Who has
manages to wriggle her way through. Send that one to Chiwando Hezuo. And of course the whistle goes off for that infringement on number 23 shirt. Blessing Maluba. Very good challenge there from Echegini, but then the referee brings out a yellow card.
Echegini will miss the next game.
Hey, Kuku give everybody. Make all of us Kuku know so we no play the next game. Too many yellow cards in this particular match. And Jennifer Nyeche Echegini misses the next match. The match against Egypt. The good thing is the bench is good. And so much mistakes from Alozie, giving away the ball when she shouldn't, and giving the Zambians more and more time and opportunity to take a shot at the Nigerian goal. And poor play there from Ucheibe. Too much for Chanda to pursue. And of course, Banda calling for a penalty there.
You know the Adam.
There's a one road no enter market.
You know the Adam.
And of course, that challenge from Echegini, earning her a yellow card. Nigeria still holding on to
Two starters
their early lead.
would miss that next game against Egypt.
Less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Can Nigeria
Regular time actually.
of regular time? Yes.
Time to play.
Less than 2 minutes of regular time. Can Nigeria hold on? Can Nigeria defeat Zambia?
Impressively, they've been the one who have been on the front foot in the second half.
Despite being a woman down.
Coming in from that red card in the first half. You expect them to sit back and defend, but no. They
And that
actually
one
came
goes out for a goal kick to Zambia.
Came out to match the Zambians band for band. You can see.
08136197658. 08136197658. And of course, you can join us live on vivxsports on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that notification button, and of course feel free to join us anytime we are live, bringing you live commentaries on matches of the Women African Cup of Nations. Nigeria still pushing. Esther Okoronkwo still trying to wriggle her way through, still trying to see. Oh, nice one by Echegini. Esther Okoronkwo now sends it, trying to connect to Ihezuo. Sends it back. Alozie takes it up,
Not as sharp as she should.
trying to send it, but then Ucheibe doing the Lord's work. Give it to Oladipo. Oladipo still pushing forward and sends that one across to Ajibade. Back to Oladipo. Oladipo sends it in, and that would be a corner kick to Nigeria.
Great.
5 minutes Jara time. 5 minutes Jara time added. 90 minutes on the clock. And the clock is ticking. Nigeria pressing, piling on the pressure. And of course, Zambia trying to draw one back. Already got a win against Egypt, scoring 6 goals. And just today, Malawi dealt Egypt another blow, taking another 3 points despite being a woman down. I've been a man. And of course, Esther Okoronkwo will take this corner. Shot one. Esther Okoronkwo still moving, trying to get Echegini, keeping it on the flank. Another corner.
This time she shouldn't play it short. Just launch the ball.
Another corner to Nigeria. Less than 4 minutes to be played. Can Nigeria hold on for this victory? Making it 3 victory against Zambia and losing just once. Opportunity! But then Ihezuo couldn't connect to that header. That cross from Esther Okoronkwo. Zambia on the move, Firi. Sending it to Katongo. Katongo launches it to Echegini. Oh, Alozie misses. And of course, Banda couldn't get ahead to that one. That would be a goal kick. Less than 3 minutes to be played. Nigeria still holding on. Nadozie taking all the time she wants. But remember, then they count them. Finally takes it. That header by Belemu. Echegini, nearly giving that one to Rashidat, but then the defense line of Zambia making sure they keep that one out for a throw-in. And their coach, Nora, up to on her feet with the ball. Oladipo to take the throw. Straight to Esther Okoronkwo. Couldn't latch onto it. That header.
Why? Maka, why? The 50-50 calls.
Katongo on the floor.
But they're up now.
Malebu to take it.
They have 2 minutes to do something in this game.
Less than 2 minutes. Can Nigeria hold on? Or will Zambia come back from this one? Nigeria manages to put a leg to that one. Zambia on the move. Long one in to locate Banda. That header out by Oshoala. Zambia still there and finally sending that one out for a goal kick.
That was some very
good, wonderful effort. Oladipo, Oshoala, and of course goalkeeper Hazel Nali looks on, calling out instructions.
1 more minute.
Say, look, if we no fit come on, I can't defend you. If we no fit come on, I can't defend. Estokoropo trying to get that one, but then foul there. Referee say play on. I see no evil, and I blow no evil. Firi on the move. One teacher, another header from Nigeria. I don't know why. Clearance from Nigeria. Very good clearance. At least before they go big ball come back. Time go don't finish, but goalkeeper decided to do it for them. Nali Katongo, long one. Zambia trying everything to see if there's something that could come out from this one. Another head out, and finally goes out for a goal kick to Nigeria. Chanda couldn't do much about that one. Hey, you look up and say, Chai, what have we done here today? Banda said, I try my best. There's nothing I could do. And that's why I take Nigeria beat Zambia to open up Group C and a chance to qualify to the knockout stages of the 2026 CAF Women's Cup of Nations right there in Morocco. 10 men for more than 50 minutes. Nigeria held on. Zambia tried. Nothing they could do. They could only look. They cannot do. And at the end of the day, Francisco Odega on the field. Halimat
Everyone
doing her best.
to hug.
Abiodun.
Coming to hug Nadozie there.
They brought in Mapopo, nothing. Katongo, nothing. Chelupasa, nothing. Firi, nothing. Because they got nothing on Nigeria. And that goal, that single goal from Asisat Oshoala was enough to give Nigeria a lifeline, an opportunity to defend their title. They won last year in Morocco when they came from behind to beat the host nation Morocco by 3-2. One goal can make a huge difference. Isn't that right, Joe?
Very, very important. I mean, a draw would have been the thing that would have sent Nigeria home even before they played their third game. But with this now, they can come back to fight, and very good for them because they'll be facing the team that have been the punching bag of the group in Egypt in their last game. You expect them to win that particular one, and then Zambia will be going to go face Malawi, who are a very stubborn side, and of course already have 6 points in that particular one. So Zambia will be looking to beat Nigeria definitely. So it's a very great win for the Nigerians. And like I said, hanging on from about 40th minute, I think. Blessing got sent out. That's when we say Blessing, her name is Blessing Oluwatosin Dime.
I think this her name is Blessing too.
Yeah.
I think this would also be a kind of wake-up call. There are no longer minnows in women football in Africa, in the world. No more minnows in football, and I think players should be more disciplined the way they approach games. I think that is one of the things that coach Madugu got to look at. Discipline, very, very important. Initially the Zambians came out with a lot of physicality. The Nigerians had to try and match them, and in the process they started getting themselves into awkward situations, and at the end of the day, Blessing Oluwatosin Dime got herself sent out. Initially, I think VAR took a look at the initial offside. They were trying to see if it's a red card offense. At the end of the day, they decided it was offside, which was very clear. And then the same Blessing, the same Oluwatosin, went on ahead and committed an unforgivable one the second time. I don't know, is it WWE SmackDown? I don't know what she was trying to do with Banda there.
I don't know, but it should not be coming from a player of her caliber.
Exactly.
And now she will have to hope that her teammates can do the same thing they
This
did.
is the next match.
As I said, they have to do the same thing.
The next match.
I mean, Ejegini missing is obviously because of accumulated yellow cards.
Yeah.
But for her now, she has to pray, because I'm not sure Nigerians will be happy with what she did right there. And she has to pray and hope that her teammates would come all out against Egypt, because she will not be there. She will not be able to help them out in that one. Yeah. And then the next time, and by the way, it is a red card, a straight red card, not a yellow card, which means she misses more than one game, most likely. Where we wait to see the outcome of the disciplinary committee of CAF to know how many of the offense, how many games. Maybe might be one, might be two, might even be three.
At the tackle, what happened,
might even be three. So we
normally it's going to be one, but if at the end of the day the action requires more action, definitely she might get like 2 or 3.
Definitely, as I said, she has to hope that she will come back in the quarterfinals.
That was a very terrible thing she did.
Not just terrible, unprofessional. Again,
there's a way, like as a player, professional player, you make tackles, you make challenges. That was totally uncalled for.
When you see a player of that caliber,
they should induct her in WWE. By the way, she should go.
When you see a player of that caliber make such defensive, it was not even in the box. Another thing, again, it was outside the box. If it was a defensive howl, I was okay inside the box. Why are you pulling a player? You say okay, she had no choice. She was overthinking it, but this was way outside the box. Banda would have had to race to that place. You also had Nadoze who was there, who could actually save a one-on-one with Banda there. So why were you?
I think sometimes we take one for the team. It's a risk rather that the team was not prepared to take.
That was not a risk to take.
That was a risk. Banda goes free. The man couldn't hold Banda. That was the only way she could stop her from attacking. The only person who did a wonderful job holding Banda and making sure she matches her physicality to her own physicality is Christy Ucheibe.
That was still something that the mayor shouldn't have done. Just again, if it was the first time, maybe, but you were just granted grace by the referee some seconds ago, and then you're repeating
exactly.
it. So I don't think she learned her lesson from that first incident, and that is why I think this is not.
We have an opportunity to take maybe a call or two before we wrap up on vivxsports. And of course, full time, in case you're just joining us, you've missed a lot. And of course, Nigeria won that game against Zambia by 1-0. Have 3 points, Zambia 3 points, and of course Malawi 6 points, and Egypt no points at all. Rather, they've accumulated a lot of goals. At least if you don't score, you take something home.
And you could see the way the player who scored that goal celebrated it, because I mean that might be even their only goal in this tournament. They are meeting a very sturdy Nigerian side in the third game, so they might end up now.
Do you think with Echegini and of course Dimei not playing in the next game against Egypt, is it cause for concern?
No, I think the opposition is the reason why I will not be too concerned.
Right.
I mean, even if he decides to bench a player like Ohale and Pierre, the like of maybe Shukura and Issa.
Don't you feel one of the reasons why Nigeria lost the first game against Malawi was because we never took them serious. We never gave them that credit.
I don't think we didn't take them seriously. I actually think that we took them seriously, but again, it was the first time. And if you remember that since camp opened, it was until I think 4 or 5 days till the first game before we had the girls complete in camp. We had Deborah Abiodun and Gift Monday caught in problems of traveling from the US to Morocco due to flight issues. They had weather issues that delayed their flight for 3 straight days, and they were staying at the airport hotel because they couldn't travel. We have the likes of Michelle Lozier, Esther Koronko, who still had to play because this is not a FIFA window for women, so they are not supposed to even be playing. Remember, this tournament was shifted from March to this time, so many of these players will have to wait until they were released by their club. You also have to remember that most of these players did not play together until that game against Tanzania, which was behind closed doors, by the way, so we couldn't even see whether they were ready to play together. So I don't think it was a fault of them underestimating the Malawians, but we also have to give credit to Malawi. I mean, we saw them come and beat an Egypt side which they considered got a red card against, and went on to still score another goal. Temwa Chawinga getting a third goal, by the way, that lady Little, and creating another goal for one of our teammates there to get the I think that was the second goal. You will get to see them in that game against the Zambians. So, and I think that is going to be one for that will be a cracker because both
I can't
teams,
wait to see the physicality of both sides.
Unlike other groups where, like the Moroccans, 2 wins, they are already in the quarterfinals. Yes. Other groups like our own,
Malawians still are in the quarterfinals.
They're not. It's not outright yet. It's not outright yet for them. They have to win or pick a point against the Zambians, because head-to-head might end up counting against them over the Zambians. If Nigeria win comfortably against Egypt, that gives them 6 points. If Zambia beats them, it will become 6 points. Zambia have more goals, but Zambia have more goals.
Zambia has more goals.
Zambia will get more goals, and then of course head-to-head will count, and then Zambia goes over them. So they are not outrightly in the quarterfinals here. So that's going to be one game to look out for.
But I still feel the Malawians are already in the quarterfinals.
I actually feel like they have more advantage.
They will beat Zambia. This team is. I'm not trying to look down on the Zambians or underrate them or anything like that. But then watching the Malawians come out, with those 2 sisters, Tabitha and Temwa, shows you that in fact, it's like they've been waiting for a long time to, be able to play in the African Women Cup of Nations, and finally they make their debut. And what a way to make your debut in an African tournament for the very first time, beating champions Nigeria 3-2, beating the Egyptians. I mean, that one alone shows the Malawians are going places. And remember, a lot at stake, not just the prize money, not just the trophy, but that World Cup ticket. Remember, the last 4 picks automatic tickets. I think the remaining 2
will play playoffs, intercontinental playoffs. Yes.
As far as it is,
but you have to first get to the next stage, which is what everybody is fighting for right now.
Definitely, 16 teams. Previously, it was 12. Then CAF decided to expand the tournament and pick some teams like Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, Egypt, and say, okay, you guys come, let's make it 16. And of course, here we are. World Cup ticket at stake.
World Cup ticket at stake for Nigeria. But hopefully they do complete the job and score a lot of goals, because goals might end up being the thing that will decide who gets to go. If everybody gets 6 points, goals will decide. And luckily for them, they have the team that they can score a lot of goals against, because all these other teams have scored plenty goals against them. Zambia scored 6, Malawi scored 3. Nigeria will need to score maybe 8.
Needs to win against Egypt.
Convincingly against Egypt.
Exactly. All right. Here we are, and that's how we wrap up on vivxsports this lovely, wonderful night. And of course, we are so happy here that Nigeria was able to come back from that defeat against Malawi, and of course pull this great win. I would call it a great win because they were down by 10 women, and of course still managed in a Barbara Banda-led team. They still managed to get that win for Nigeria, and of course giving us a thread of hope, and of course a hope to see if we can go through to the next round. All right, my name is Jovita AK, and of course it's been awesome, Joy.
Yeah, great doing this, definitely. Please join us for the next game of Nigeria would be against Egypt in Group C. And also remember that if you've not subscribed and hit your notification button, please do that to make sure that you
tell
get
your neighbor,
tell
everybody around you
everything we bring to you. We bring to you everything relating to African sports all over the globe, and you will always want to get notifications from us on your YouTube. And you can follow us on all our social media platforms. Is at 54 Football X across social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and even Twitter. We are all on all these platforms, bringing you daily updates from across the globe in sports, in football, across the African continent and outside in diaspora too.
And of course, thank you so much to all those who made it possible for us to be here, and of course the guy behind the camera. We are so grateful. And of course, you guys have a wonderful evening, and of course enjoy your victory as Nigeria continues to put smiles on the faces of Nigerians. We need the smile, I beg.
Definitely.
Life too hard for Nigeria, so we need the smile. Good night, everybody.